lines are drawn, the lights are on. It's time to settle this. Our team versus your team. The new chance trap. Boswell Media Sports is about to put you in the middle of the action.
Ladies and gentlemen, Boswell Media Sports and Cruisin' 98 present Leake Academy Rebel Football. Now here's the voice of the 2020 state champion Rebels, Philip Palmertree.
It's a semifinal playoff edition of Leake Academy football on Friday, November 12 on Boswell Media Sports as the Rebels continue their quest to claim a second consecutive MAIS 5A state championship. Last Friday, the Rebels, the number 1 seed in MAIS 5A, blasted number 9 seed Copiah Academy 49-14 at Thagard Field. The Rebels dominated the game from the opening kick on their way to a 42-0 halftime lead. The Rebel rushing attack churned out 300-plus yards in the first half, and senior running back Cannon Parks ran 15 times for 210 yards and 3 scores and added a 20-yard touchdown reception. All of that in the first 2 quarters. Well, tonight it's the 5A semifinals, and the Rebels host 4-seed Copiah Academy. Colonels are 9-2 in their second year under former Simpson Academy coaching legend Billy Hankins. Copiah won a hard-fought 26-21 decision in their quarterfinal match with Bio. Statistically, the Colonels look a lot like our Rebels, a run-heavy team with a stingy defense. And the winner of tonight's game gets their ticket punched to next Friday afternoon's 5A state championship game in Jackson. Hi, everyone. I'm Philip Palmertree, and this is the T&K Farms Woodmiser pregame show. Thanks for listening. Billy Steen is in the studio producer chair, and tonight's Leake Academy football game is an audio-only broadcast coming to you courtesy of the QC Supply audio stream. We're on Cruisin' 98.3 FM, the Cruisin' 98 mobile app, streaming live at cruisin98news.com, where you click on the Listen Live tab, and on Kicks96news.com. You can find the link to high-quality audio of tonight's game on the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel. Tonight's broadcast is powered by Central Electric Power Association. There's a lot in store for you before kickoff. We'll give you the Junction starting lineups. We'll size up the Copiah Colonels. But first, we get to visit with the Rebels head coach Brian Pickens. All that and more is straight ahead as the T&K Farms Woodmiser pregame show continues from Boswell Media Sports.
You bought lumber and you're ready to start digging post holes for that new fence, but not so fast. Do you know where your underground utilities are located? Central Electric Power Association urges you to call 811 for a free marking of underground electric lines and other utilities. Making the call before you dig can prevent a serious or fatal injury, plus it's the law in Mississippi. And please work safely around power lines. Central Electric Power Association, serving you since 1937. This institution is an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Time to take your shot. With the increase in COVID-19 cases due to the Delta variant, it is now more important than ever to get vaccinated. The faster we do, the sooner we can end the pandemic and return to a more normal way of life. To schedule your vaccination appointment, call Baptist Primary Care Clinic 601-267-1470 and select option 5 to make your appointment today. Baptist League, making your health care our #1 priority.
Wendy's only makes one kind of breakfast, your new favorite one. How do we do it? With fresh cracked eggs, oven-baked bacon, and flaky croissants. You know, the things your old breakfast wasn't doing. So toss that old news and its soggy eggs somewhere useful. And get to Wendy's, where the sausage, egg, and Swiss croissant, bacon, egg, and Swiss croissant, and honey butter chicken biscuit are just 2 for $4. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's 2 for $4.
Limited time only. Single item at regular price. Price and participation may vary at U.S. Wendy's.
South Group Cox Agency has the best lines of coverage for your home, business, and auto, also leading the way in protecting the very essence of who you are. This time of year, identity theft is on the rise. More than 8 million households will be hit in some way this season. South Group Cox Agency prevents hackers from destroying your life with credit monitoring and data protection, even expense reimbursement to cover costs incurred while reclaiming your identity. Get peace of mind now with South Group Cox Agency, Main Street, Carthage.
Welcome to the T&K Farms Woodmiser pregame show. The Rebels continue their push toward back-to-back MAIS 5A state championships. Semifinal clash tonight with the Copiah Colonels, and we've got the Rebels head coach Brian Pickens with us to talk about it. Coach, thanks for joining us.
I'm just excited to still be here, and we're still rolling with this.
That's right. Not everybody's still talking and playing football at this point, but I sure am glad we are. Well, let's take a look at last Friday night's victory. The Rebels had a dominating win over the 9-seed Copiah Academy, 49-14 at Thagard Field. And that's a game the Rebels came out early, established the kind of ball they wanted to play, got up 28-0 at the end of the first quarter, 42-0 at the half. It was an outstanding plan and execution of the plan, I thought.
Our kids did a super job. They came out, competed and executed. And that's what I tell them every week, just, go out, compete, and execute. And they did just that. It just goes back to that preparation. This group does a really good job of mentally preparing themselves for a game. And, when I say that, football today has got so many things they've got, they've got to work on, defense. You see so many multiple formations. And then, offensively, you see multiple defenses. So, a lot of people think, football practice, you go out there and you hit each other, tackle a little bit, blow the whistle and go home, but there's a lot of mental preparation that goes into it, and it takes a very mature group to get themselves mentally prepared for what they're going to see Friday night. And like I said, this group did a great job during open day preparing, and then game week. It was probably one of the best practice weeks I have seen in a long time. It started Monday, and it followed through all the way till 10 o'clock Friday or 9 o'clock Friday night, whenever we got done. But I know we got done kind of early. But anyway. They did a great job prepared, and they just did a better job of going out there and execute.
I thought the Rebels really got a hold of this game early. You and I talked about it earlier off the air. We get the ball after forcing a 3-and-out, get down, score 3 plays, go about 45, 50 yards in 3 plays, give up a big play in kick return, but then I thought it was the Rebel defense that really made the difference on that series when Copiah was set up after the long kick return. Talk about that if you would.
Oh, that was every game. I tell our kids this a lot. I always tell them, be ready for the play. I always tell them there's about 3 plays in a game that's going to be real difference makers. You want to say every play of a game, but a lot of times you're moving the ball, you're up. But in a football game, there's these crucial plays, and I always tell them be ready to be there to make that play. And in that particular situation, that was a crucial moment for us. We had the momentum, 3-and-out, 7-0 now, and then they have the ball deep in our territory. And, Copiah had some weapons. They had good runners, good running quarterback, tailback, they had some receivers that could make plays. And for them to go 4-and-out, was just it just says a lot about our defense and what they do when they decide to really bow their backs up. We go 4-and-out then. Other times that our defense had some crucial plays. Riley on the pick 6, he's right where he needed to be. Boom, picks off the football. We gave him a first down on a penalty, and then boom, Gunner and the rest of that D line came back there and make a huge sack for a 15-yard loss, and got it right back for us. So when those guys on defense, when they decide, okay, it's go time, they can step it up a notch, and that's what you saw Friday night was them really stepping up and taking control of the football game. And then, of course, put the ball back into our offense, and they went out there and did their job and made it 14-0. And to me, that was really the ball game.
Well, the running game was in fine form. 300-plus yards in the first half. Cannon Parks rushed 15 times for 210 yards, 3 touchdowns on the ground, and he did all of that in just 2 quarters. And he had some tremendous blocking on those trap plays and the sweep plays in the first half.
The O-line really came out and executed. We felt like we knew where they were going to be and what they were going to do, and they actually changed up their defensive scheme about sometime late in the fourth quarter. And, our O-line, they've again, it goes back to that preparation. We talked about what they could do, and that's what they did. They'd only done it one time in 10 weeks of going to, sliding the front. And just to be honest with you, we didn't physically practice a lot of it. They went over like a few times. But we mainly just, prepared for what we thought was their base defense, which it was. They went back to it. But when I talk about that mental preparation in the film session, we showed them. We said, look, this is something that they did go to, and it was like a week 4, late in the third quarter, they went to it, and we found it and showed our guys that. And, like I said, we practiced it, a few times, and then we really couldn't focus on it. But when they shifted to it, our guys picked it up and just kept on rolling. Like I said, our O-line, you see the big bodies, you see the physicalness. Like I said, when you take those 2 tackles we got, Rope and Colton, and then you take that big center we got, a lot of their stuff's a lot of base blocking, and then you take those 2 guards, Gunner and Jared, that are big and athletic. That's what you see. But I'm gonna tell you something, those 5 guys are very intelligent, and they pick up stuff very quickly, and that's something that goes unnoticed. But those old linemen are a lot smarter than you think they are, and like I said, they pick it up. And I say that you got the tight ends that get involved with it. Aiden Watkins, Ben Jackson, and then I got to throw Gavin in there. He's our H-back, which you always say the glorified tight end. But those guys, I've seen people shift fronts on us, and they pick it up like champs. So like I said, they did a great job. And then running backs, it says something about your O-line. Your running backs win in one half. Because I can tell you this, I've coached a lot of years. I cannot tell you, I could probably count maybe on one hand the times that we had a 200-yard rusher in one half, and then you had over 300 yards rushing in that one half, and we actually rotate our tailbacks. Cannon's there most time because Witt's playing linebacker for us right now, but Witt got in and he had a touchdown, and Red had some big play. When you score like that, you kind of lose track, but. Reddy, they had a touchdown. He got us down there to score. We had a touchdown pass from Rhett to Cannon, and then your Dylan Jones got in and scored to make it 49-0. So, we like I said, Luke Thomas had some runs. So we had a lot of guys running the football the other night, and they offensively we executed probably as good as I've seen. It's probably as good as I've seen any team execute that in a game of that magnitude. To get that many yards, that many points in one half was special.
And then just one more note before we wrap up this segment about last week's game. That second half, you get a running clock situation, but we've talked about it before earlier in the season, Coach. What valuable minutes you get there for your backups, for the guys who've been playing scout team. Not only is it fun for them, but those are some valuable reps late in the season, aren't they?
Oh, they are. So I read something the other day that talked about your guys that are on your scout team, and during this time of year, and I've always talked about how valuable your scout team is. I know you said wrap it up, but you hit a soft spot. That's that scout team. Look, those guys, nobody realizes what those guys do. They have to actually execute a different offense every week against a defense that I'm going to go ahead and just say it. They're stout over there now. We've got a good defense, and we wouldn't be where we were if we didn't. And those guys have to run into the heart of it. Monday through Wednesday, they have to run into the heart of all that. And they have to do it from different sets and different formations. And then, over their own defense, we talk about this O-line. We talk about them blocking and being so physical. Well, guess what? Monday through Wednesday, those guys are over there having to take those guys blocking them like that. So that's a special group, and a lot of these guys will be out there starting, next year, the year after that, and but for them to get into the game, like I said, it's something to go out there and practice. For them to get in the game, get under those lights, it's special to them, and it takes a lot of nerves away from them that they'll encounter next year. They got to get out there and play an entire half in a playoff football game, against a good competition. So. Yes, it's so valuable, but I do always like to. Somebody says something about the scout team. I like to give them their credit because they are the unsung heroes, and now in the future they'll be the heroes. But right now they're they don't get mentioned, they don't get seen, they get to get out there, but they work hard to get those minutes.
Well, it's a lot of fun to have to search that roster and make sure I get everybody's name called out, because we want to, on that radio broadcast, make sure every one of those young men gets his name called for being in that ball game when we've got a good lead like that. But coming up, Coach and I will talk about tonight's matchup against Copiah, so don't go anywhere as the T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame show continues.
Kenny and James Grill, where friends meet to eat, have an adult beverage, and have fun.
Enjoy their daily lunch special Tuesday through Saturday. Friday night, get ready to watch the best local football in town via live stream while you enjoy your favorite dinner with your favorite friends. And Saturday night, do it all over again with live entertainment for some serious excitement.
Kenny James Grill is the happening place to go, weekdays or weeknights.
Check them out.
KennyJamesGrill.com. Kenny James Grill, where friends meet to eat. Court Square, Carthage.
If you want to get the best in sportswear and gear, check out In Sports. In Sports, just off the square in Philadelphia, offers screen printing with personalized jerseys, T-shirts, and fan wear to support your favorite team. In Sports also has customizable vinyl gear for spring sports like baseball and softball, as well as plaques and trophies. Looking for sports equipment? In Sports has that too. In Sports believes in giving the best possible customer service with in-town deliveries. Get ready for this sports season with In Sports, just off the square in Philadelphia.
Sometimes life gets a little rough, and when it does, Performance Therapy is focused on highly individualized care. Owner Dan Young says no two people respond the same way to any form of treatment or intervention. No injury is the same, and no single treatment works across the board. Their therapists help people regain their physical function and mobility. Whether you're recovering from a sports injury, stroke, orthopedic surgery, or you're suffering from chronic neck or back pain, they can help. Performance Therapy. Philadelphia, Carthage, Canton, Brandon, Gluckstadt, McGee, Florence, Raymond, Pelahatchie, and Wiggins.
T&K Farms Wood-Mizer is Mississippi's Wood-Mizer sawmill equipment dealership. T&K Farms Wood-Mizer sells the complete Wood-Mizer equipment line from small personal sawmills to the industrial equipment lineup. T&K Farms stocks parts and has experienced factory-trained service technicians with both in-shop and mobile service available. See T&K Farms Wood-Mizer to start your sawmill business today. Credit cards are accepted for all services. Like them on Facebook. T&K Farms Wood-Mizer, just off Highway 25 at 1128 Liberty Road, Louisville, 662-803-4332.
Go back to the T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame show. We've still got the Rebels head coach Brian Pickens on the line with us. And, Coach, let's run straight ahead into tonight's matchup. We've got the number 4 seed in the 5A playoffs, the Copiah Colonels coming in. They defeated Copiah Academy 26-21 last week at home. And when you get this deep in the playoffs, everybody's really good. Talk about what this team does well.
You know, number one, they're physical. It's going to be a very physical football game. You're going to see tonight. What they do, they're very similar to us. You know, they want to get out there and they want to establish that run. Last week against Bio, their running back number 28, I think ran the ball 30-something times for 300 and something yards. You know, they did a lot from just a direct snap with 3 blockers sitting in front of him. So they're coming downhill at you. You know, they are a smash mouth football team. Now they have some wrinkles that we have to be ready for. Now they're not just line it up, run it. They'll pass, and like I said, they have some other things that they do that can really give you fits. But number one, they're a smash mouth football team. They predominantly stay under center. Their main formation is the H-back formation that you see us run so much with the 3 wideouts, H-back in the backfield with the tailback. Quarterback, shotgun. We'll spread out 4 wide. They'll bunch everybody up to 2 wide outs with basically 4 backs in the backfield. One they're direct snapping it to, and the other 3 are blocking. And then then they'll get under center. They do a good job. They'll get under center, run some split backs type offense. Don't do it a lot, but they have the capabilities of doing that, which you just have to prepare for so much, when you're playing a team like this. But predominantly though, if you just said, okay, what's it going to look like? It's going to be 2 teams running at each other and trying to establish that offensive line, with their linemen versus our D linemen and their backs versus our linebackers. When you turn around and put us on offense, they are an odd man front. They've got 3 down linemen. They run more man concept, and with man, what that allows them to do is really pack that box in. They can give you more than you can block, and that's the things that we've had to prepare for, and look at some different things to as we get ready for that. linebackers are very athletic. They come downhill. They get after you. So you have to, it's kind of cliche. So you got to account for linebackers, but these guys do a really good job of getting to the football. So you have to really account for them. And then their secondary, they got some good tacklers back there. So when you break it, they're gonna put you on the ground. So what does that mean? Why is that a big deal? Well, that means you have to be so patient. Where some games it might be a 12-yard gain against them. It might be a 5-yard gain or 6-yard gain. So you have to be patient. You have to take what they give you with the style defense that they play, and then with that right there, you have to be ready to open it up a little bit. Stretch them vertically a little bit with that man coverage.
And then orchestrating all of it is a head coach on that other sideline who knows a thing or two about state championship level football.
Yeah. Coach Hankins over there, his long time at Simpson, and he's doing a great job. He's trying to build Copiah, building that football program. This is his second year there, and actually, he got the guy that was at Simpson with him. So they're very very similar. To be honest with you, I didn't know you knew who the head coach was at or where it was at, but it's
hey, that's my job.
So what Simpson, to an old Simpson League game, that's what you're going to be looking at.
Well, up next, Coach and I are going to talk about the Rebels semifinal game coming up and all that goes into making Thagard Field a special place to play high school football. So stay with us as the T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame show continues.
West Side Body Shop says, let's face it, stuff happens. And when it does, they can take care of damage as small as a chip in your windshield all the way up to full collision services. Insurance claims are always welcome too. Just be sure your first stop is West Side Body Shop in Philadelphia. They also specialize in truck accessories, including toolboxes, visors, Nerf bars, and winches. They make your ride look cool. West Side Body Shop, just off Beacon Street on Waterview Lane, right behind the Huddle House in Philadelphia.
Achoo! Achoo!
Bless you, Mama.
Thank you.
Mama, you know that yummy medicine Moore's Pharmacy made for me? I bet they can make you some too.
Well, let me just give them a call.
Moore's Pharmacy is your specialty pharmacy for compounding and compliance packaging. This makes it easier if you take several prescriptions. And be sure to download their RX Local app. This will make your wait time even shorter, if you can believe that. Moore's Pharmacy, your only local independent pharmacy. In Carthage, Walnut Grove.
T&K Farms Wood-Mizer is Mississippi's Wood-Mizer sawmill equipment dealership. T&K Farms Wood-Mizer sells the complete Wood-Mizer equipment line from small personal sawmills to the industrial equipment lineup. T&K Farms stocks parts and has experienced factory-trained service technicians with both in-shop and mobile service available. See T&K Farms Wood-Mizer to start your sawmill business today. Credit cards are accepted for all services. Like them on Facebook. T&K Farms Wood-Mizer, just off Highway 25 at 1128 Liberty Road, Louisville, 662-803-43.
Piggly Wiggly in Carthage is cheering on their Leake Rebels. When you don't have time to prepare food, they do. Give them a call and let the bakery and deli fix you up with delicious tailgate trays so you can hit the road with lots of goodies. Piggly Wiggly appreciates their hometown and wishes all players and cheerleaders a safe and successful season. If you can't make the game, Piggly Wiggly in Carthage. Go Rebels, go!
Welcome back. It's the final segment of tonight's T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame show. We're getting you ready for semifinal playoff action between your Leake Academy Rebels and the Colonels from Copiah Academy. Rebels head coach Brian Pickens is on the line with us. And, Coach, we talked about last week's game. We talked a little bit about tonight's game. But another dimension of tonight's game is that this will be the final home game of the season at Thagard Field. If the Rebels win tonight, we'll be playing next Friday afternoon at Jackson Academy in a state championship game. That's a special kind of excitement. But let's stop and look around, think about it for a minute. The end of a special season at a very special place. And I'd like some of your thoughts about all that goes into making Thagard Field and that Friday night experience something special for these young men.
Well, number one, to me, it goes to the field. I'm going to give him credit. Coach Burns, he loves working on those fields. And, the whole coaching staff, if they hear this, they're all going to get on me and say, well, they do a good job. Coach Coach Harkins. They do a good job, but Coach Burns, I think they give him credit. He works really hard during the summer getting that field ready. And, I've seen some, of course, nowadays, like everybody's live streaming, so, you'll catch a clip or you'll catch a picture. And, last week that field was as green and pretty as you could ask for at this time of year. It's already starting to get a little bit of the frost on it, but, it's still holding up really well. But, that I think, that's something that we don't talk a lot about, but, that's something that I think is special to make sure that field looks, top notch. The facilities, we put a lot of hard work in our facilities, the new bleachers and the new home and business bleachers we did, several years ago. Not several, about 3 years ago, something like that. And, we got a new scoreboard several years ago. Maybe, when you've been someplace so long, it seemed like just yesterday you got that, but I remember getting the new scoreboard. But yeah, Coach Harkins, Coach Burns, I know, and I better say Coach Rayer, who'll get mad at me. But I know they worked hard to get the goalposts painted, sandblasted, and get them painted. We want the kids to feel, special when they walk out there. And that field is really looking good this year. Also the paint. I don't say a lot about them, but because I don't really get a chance to. But we have several dads come out and help us paint that field. They take a lot of pride in painting that field. They enjoy it. So we have a lot of fun doing it. That's the number one thing. You want the foundation to look good. You want the kids to take pride when they go out there and feel good about what the surface that they're playing on. And then then all the people that go in to volunteer. I'm not even going to start to even think about mentioning them, but there's a lot of volunteers that come out there. From the guys who do our chains to that whole press box. And you're in that press box, and I think that's what makes it special. You look up there, and I don't think there's much room in that press box, but we got a lot of volunteers, a lot of people just excited to be there and are having fun up there.
Yeah, a lot more people seem to go up there when it gets cold, I've noticed.
That's right. But that's one of those things. It's what makes us us. Like I said, people are excited. They love being up there. But like I said, I know our whole press box group that volunteers, and then our concession stand workers. They work hard. I mean, they start, I think, about 3 or 4, and just go to that game's over with, cooking and serving and cleaning and so that's a lot of repairs. But like I said, again, volunteers coming out there, our custodians that make sure everything's clean. There's a lot of people involved with, and I'm sure I'm leaving something out, and I'll think about it when we get off the phone that I left out. But right now, I'm glad you brought it up because it's time for me to, give a special thanks to, just like I said, all our volunteers and workers, the ticket takers, the teachers that come up there. Right now, you get players, you got volunteers from, our faculty that come down there and do ticket duty for us. Security guys, just everything that goes into it. There's a lot that goes in. I know it's on a different level, but when you see these colleges pro games, we're putting close to that amount of effort into making sure that we're ready to go for Friday night. And then what our cheerleaders did. Our cheerleaders, they roll out. I think it's more cheerleader daddies, but they roll out that big old helmet. And I know I can tell you this. That's super special to our boys. When those cheerleaders got that big, blow-up helmet. If you're a high school football player, it's got to feel special coming out of that. Guys like me and you, they didn't even invent that stuff when we were playing. We ran through the side, but they come out of that. They come out of that helmet, and then the fans that cheer for them when they're going out onto the field, and then once they get onto the field, like I said, it's special for these guys. And I always look at it more from the high school player perspective. They got 3 years to do this, and I feel like with all the volunteers, to the fans, to the cheerleaders, to the staff, we try to make sure that this is as special of a 3 years as guys can have, and I think we do a super job. I think we got the people that do it. A lot of nights. I just get the luxury of kind of walking out there with them and calling some plays, but there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes. But yeah, it's a great place to be the home team. I don't know how much people like coming to us, and what I mean is because of the environment. It gets loud. And you can tell when you get there that you're coming into a place that is very passionate about their football, and and that's a great feeling as the head coach of Leake Academy, is that your people are in it with you. It's fun, and I've been blessed to enjoy that for 20 years. The crowds you see right now were the crowds that were out there 20 years ago, and the same amount of work. It's just sometimes the same faces, sometimes it's different faces. But and then our students they pack in that little student section down there, and they get loud, and I think they're having fun, and when we win, and as I always say, when you coach several years, you've had all the wins and all that kind of stuff. Your true satisfaction is when it's all said and done, when you see all those people that did all that work, and those fans that are there, the mamas and daddies, grandparents, and or just friends or supporters, and then you see all those students, and they're out on that field, and they're excited, and they're taking pictures and smiling, and the football players are excited. It's really what keeps you going. And so yeah, it's a special place, and I'm really excited that the last 2 years we've had the opportunity to go all the way to the end there on that field. Win, lose, draw. This is going to be it for the 2021 year. Hopefully we'll be on the road next week.
Well, Coach, that crowd's already building. The excitement's already just going up, and we hope it all comes together with the game plan and the execution for another Rebel win that'll get us to the state championship game next week. Thanks for joining us on the T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame show. Good luck.
Well, great to be here, and thank you.
All right, stay with us. When we come back, we will get you set for kickoff between Leake and Copiah Academy. We'll get the Moore's Pharmacy countdown to kickoff underway after this break on Boswell Media Sports.
You bought lumber and you're ready to start digging post holes for that new fence, but not so fast. Do you know where your underground utilities are located? Central Electric Power Association urges you to call 811 for a free marking of underground electric lines and other utilities. Making the call before you dig can prevent a serious or fatal injury, plus it's the law in Mississippi. And please work safely around power lines. Central Electric Power Association, serving you since 1937. This institution is an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Wendy's only makes one kind of breakfast, your new favorite one. How do we do it? With fresh cracked eggs, oven-baked bacon, and flaky croissants. The things your old breakfast wasn't doing. So toss that old news and its soggy eggs somewhere useful. And get to Wendy's, where the sausage, egg, and Swiss croissant, bacon, egg, and Swiss croissant, and honey butter chicken biscuit are just 2 for $4. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's 2 for $4.
Limited time only. Single item at regular price. Price and participation may vary at U.S. Wendy's.
South Group Cox Agency has the best lines of coverage for your home, business, and auto, also leading the way in protecting the very essence of who you are. This time of year, identity theft is on the rise. More than 8 million households will be hit in some way this season. South Group Cox Agency prevents hackers from destroying your life with credit monitoring and data protection, even expense reimbursement to cover costs incurred while reclaiming your identity. Get peace of mind now with South Group Cox Agency, Main Street, Carthage.
Dr. Brooke Bobo and his professional team at Carthage Veterinary Clinic appreciate their patients. They treat all animals, large and small, and handle them with top care. Not only do they provide for your sick animals, they groom and board as well. Open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 7:30 to 5:30. Wednesdays and Saturdays, 7:30 till noon. Like them on Facebook. Carthage Veterinary Clinic, Highway 16, Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
Welcome to the Moore's Pharmacy countdown to kickoff from Thagard Field in Madden. The 5A semifinals are upon us tonight, and your Leake Academy Rebels, the number 1 seed in 5A, ranked number 1 in MIS Class 5. They're taking on the Colonels from Copiah Academy, the 4 seed. Winner goes to the state championship game next Friday afternoon at Jackson Academy. Loser packs it up and is done for the year. Thanks for joining us tonight on the QC Supply audio stream. We've got high-quality audio stream at a link available at kicks96news.com, and it takes you to our YouTube page where you'll get that high-quality audio, but you will only see a static image there, and that's just like last week. Just have to tell the truth. MAIS does not want you to watch this ball game, and they make it extraordinarily expensive for media outlets like ours to provide a video broadcast of playoff games. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is, but we're going to bring you the best audio we can, and are glad you're with us tonight, whether you're listening on Cruisin' 98 or on the Cruisin' 98 mobile app or the live stream at cruisin98news.com. So, having said all that, let's welcome in tonight's Spin the Wheel color commentator, and it's the one, the only, our producer-director, Breck Riley, is back with us. He was with us in weeks 1 through 3, and I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Breck is going to be every bit as good in November as he was before Labor Day. Breck, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me back. Yeah, it's kind of like Plinko. You just drop it and see who's going to be on the broadcast this week. But, yeah, we're glad to be back here. As I said, people have been asking me, are you going to come back for this? Like, well, I kind of think Leake's going to play a long time into the playoffs in the postseason, and if I can come back, I will. So we're happy to be back here on what is a big, big game for the Rebels.
It is, and just one note before we move off of that. I want to say thank you tonight to all four of our color commentators and analysts. Breck, who's with us tonight. Of course, Gilbert Barham, the legend, was with us in Week 10 of the regular season at Lamar. And shout out to Gilbert and Sheila, and prayers lifted up for them. And we're going to have some of Gilbert's game keys coming up later in the Morris Pharmacy Countdown to Kickoff. And we appreciate Jason Wilcox, who's been with us for, I think, 3 of the home games, and then 3 also from Ben Milam. And we've had just good folks in here. It's made me sound a lot better every week. So thanks to all of them. Well, let's talk about tonight's ball game. Copiah here with off a 26-21 victory at home over Bio last week, and Breck, they did it the old-fashioned way, like the Rebels do it. They did it on the ground.
Yeah, that's kind of mirror images of each other here. You know, the Rebels want to pound the ball, keep the clock running, and last week that's exactly what the Colonels were able to do. It was John David Weed touching the ball 36 times for, just a little 337 yards. Just small gains.
Okay, say that one more time.
36 times. 337 yards.
Yeah, I would say that's a career high right there off the bat. And, yeah, they just gave it to him. They snapped it directly to him a lot in the second half of that ball game against Bio. We're probably going to see that as well. We're going to see them do some formations that are not ordinary, but in a lot of ways, as Coach Pickens hinted at in the T&K Farms Woodmiser pregame show interview, they're going to do a lot of the same concepts. They're going to do it out of some different formations, and they're going to try to get more guys at the point of attack than the Rebels can get there. And that's what they're planning on doing. So I think whoever makes first contact with the runner, whether it's the quarterback Albright or whether it's Weed, who you mentioned, they're going to have to make sure they secure the tackle right away.
It's almost like watching an Army-Navy game where it's the triple option, but you got so many different formations and so many different things you can do from one formation. So it's not going to look like Army and Navy with the triple option, but it's very similar when it comes to, I guess, philosophy, where they're going to give you the same look, and so many different players can get the ball out of that one look.
Winner of tonight's ball game will meet against the Heritage Oak Forest winner, that game being played in Columbus, as Heritage, the 2 seed, taking on Oak Forest, the 3 seed, and it's 3 o'clock next Friday afternoon at Jackson Academy. Let's go to our starting lineup. Starting lineups presented by all the great locations of the Junction. Your friends at Prince Oil, great sponsors of Leake Academy Sports, and you need to put some Junction in your next function. Let's talk about the Rebel defense first, and we'll go straight to an injury situation that has a hopeful sign to it. Senior linebacker Ethan Dunn, who's missed the last couple of weeks, is dressed out tonight, moved around a lot, so I'm walking back into the locker room. Didn't seem to be hobbled too much by that ankle, so that'll be a game-time decision, but we may see Ethan. Let's go ahead onto the defensive line. Joseph Scott at defensive end, 6 tall, 290 as senior. The other defensive end is Gunnar Scott, senior, 6'3", 240. And then on the interior, We'll see some of Gavin White, senior at 6'1", 230. We'll see some of Jake Adams at nose guard, a sophomore, 6'2", 185. Rope Lovern will get some snaps in there. He's a senior, 6 foot, 265. So a lot of rotation in the middle of that line. Then the linebackers. We mentioned Dunn. If Dunn can't go, we'll see Whit Welch and Dylan Jones at that outside linebacker, both of them juniors. But hopefully Ethan Dunn playing his, like the other seniors, last ball game here at Thagard Field. Ethan, 6'3", 205. Nick Gamillion, the senior at middle linebacker, 5'11", 190. And then on the outside, the other linebacker is Cade Marble, also a senior, 5'10", 185. At the corners, Jackson Freeney, senior, 6'1", 145. And Jake Brown locking it down on the other side, 6 tall, 150. Jake's a junior. The two safeties, strong safety, junior Bryce Watkins, 6'1", 160. And the talented Riley Myers at free safety, 6'3", 210. Riley's a junior. Specialists are Seth Martin, holding sophomore, and Andrew Tate, the senior long snapper, 5'11", 200 pounds, and the mighty leg of Cole Arthur, 6'2", 170, and Cole's a senior. For the Rebel offense, let's talk about the big boys up front. Boy, did they do the job last week in that 49-14 win against Pillow. I don't think I've ever seen a good team get dominated the way the Pillow Mustangs were dominated by your Rebel offensive front. So let's go ahead, pregame, and tip our hat to those 5, 7, 8 guys up front who do the blocking and move bodies around. Hopefully they can do the same tonight. Rope Lovern at left tackle, senior, 6 tall, 265. Gunnar Scott at left guard. We mentioned him on the defensive lineup. Carter Walsworth, sophomore, 6'1", 295 at center. Jared Sims, junior, 6 tall, 255 at right guard. And at right tackle, big Colton Burns, 6'6", 280, a junior. And then those tight ends and H-backs who are such a vital part of this offense. Aiden Watkins at tight end, 6'2", 215, a junior. Gavin White, the senior, will also be an H-back. We'll see some of Ben Jackson also at tight end, a sophomore, 6'1", 180. The wideouts, Levi Brown, senior, 6'1", 175, and hopefully Brown can do a lot for the Rebels tonight. Riley Myers, the other wide receiver, 6'3", 210. We'll see also some of Jake Brown and also some of Charlie Brantley, the sophomore, 6 tall, 150 at wide receiver. The running back, Cannon Parks, who played only in the first half last week but still managed to run for 210 yards on 15 carries, 3 touchdowns, and had a touchdown reception as well. Cannon's 5'9", 175, a senior, and of course Whit Welch will give him a break at times as well. And at quarterback, so solid, Rhett Atkinson Jr., 6'1", 150. He's completed 40 out of 83 passes for 814 yards, 8 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, averaging just under 10 yards per attempt on the season. Those are the starting lineups presented by Prince Oil and all the great locations of the Junction around Mississippi.
It looks like the captains are going to go out to midfield, and I believe that's Wes Curtis, junior offensive lineman for the Colonels, going out there. And for the Rebels, it's going to be Dennison Adams and Gavin White, the two going actually out there. The Rebels actually send out all the seniors.
Yeah, this will be, win or lose, the last game for these seniors at Thagard Field in Madden. So this is a big night for them. And hopefully we've still got football to play next week, but you got to take care of business for 48 minutes to get another game next week. Let's move right now to the Welch Forest product, weather and field conditions. Field conditions are outstanding. Field looks great as it did last week, and it's still good firm footing out there in spite of all the games that have been played and a little bit of rain. And then our temperature at kickoff about 55, 54 degrees, 70% humidity, and not much wind at all. But it's chilly, maybe not quite as chilly as last week. We had a little more breeze last week, but not much wind at all. But a 54-degree night in lovely Madden on the campus of Leake Academy. Coin toss just happened. Looks like the Colonels won the toss and deferred to the second half. So the Rebels are going to get the ball first, and they'll be heading south to north, right to left as we get things started here. And we're glad to have you with us on the Moore's Pharmacy Countdown to Kickoff. Tonight's broadcast is powered, as always, by Central Electric Power Association.
A pretty good crowd, as you would imagine, for a 5A semifinal game. Pretty much standing room only. The Colonels bring a pep band with them, so that takes up about half the visitor bleachers, but a number of people obviously been to Madden a few times before. They know to bring their chairs and sit along the fence on that far side for the Colonels.
This is the first time these teams have met since 2016. Leake leads the all-time series 8-6. They played every year from 2007 to 2016. The last time these teams met was down in Gallman in September of 2016, and the Colonels got a big win that night, 48-7. The last Leake win was the year before here in Madden, and that was a big win, 35-7. Breck, you never know what's going to happen in the playoffs. Sometimes you expect high-scoring games and you get a low, or you expect a blowout and you get a tight one. So,
yeah, that's why they play the game, right? And everything's different in the playoffs than it is in the regular season. There's a reason coaches say it's like a brand new season.
Yeah, coaches try to keep things as routine as possible, but you can't control those emotions. That adrenaline pumps a little bit higher. Sometimes teams come out a little bit tight in the early part of a big playoff game, and this is a big one. Everything on the line, all the chips pushed to the middle of the table for Leake and for Copiah.
Who would have guessed that 15, 16, 17, 18-years-olds would be emotional?
That's right.
Who would have guessed, right?
That's right. Even on off days, they can be volatile and emotional. How much more so tonight? The Spirit line is big down on the right side by the Joe F. Shepard gym. The inflatable helmet down there is rocking. The Rebels are ready to come out. They're going to be in the navy blue helmets with the LA decal on the side, and the red jerseys with white numbers, and the white pants with Rebels spelled in big block letters up the side. And they are moving that thing back and forth, ready to come out in front of a big crowd.
Yeah, we got a little Metallica Enter Sandman playing right here, and almost like we're in Lane Stadium in Blacksburg.
And the Colonels are lined up, haven't come through the chain link fence yet. They're going to be in white helmets with a C decal on one side and the player's number on the other in blue, and then white jerseys with I believe blue lettering and royal blue pants, no stripes. So white, blue for Copiah, and blue, red, white for your Leake Academy Rebels. I guess we're waiting for the song to end.
Copiah has its own spirit line on the other side of the field. Stretches from the goal line to about the 20-yard line. Brought a number of fans here, as we said.
Yep, it's a big ball game. No doubt about it. And things are ticking down toward the debut of these teams. In fact, folks continue to file in here at Thagard Field, and I was starting to look around, not seeing many empty seats, and folks over to my left in the student section are standing. So it's everything you want. Playoff football, chill in the air.
I like the section up there in the north end zone by the baseball field. Got some chairs up there.
Yeah, and you've got that backlighting from the lights of the baseball field. That's a really sweet location. I'll mention a couple of Gilbert's keys while the teams are about to run out in the field. He mentions, of course, John David Weed, number 28, the talented running back for Copiah. 80% of their offense goes through him, and he's got to be tackled. You can't give him yards after contact. He also mentions their quarterback, Wyatt Albright, Jr., hard running. And the Rebels, I know defensively, are going to try to stop that run game of Copiah and force them to put it in the air, because that's something they don't want to do. They're all about power running like the Rebels are. Gilbert also mentions we need to shut down first down running plays and keep them behind in the sticks. He says defensively they run a 3-4-4 defense. They're going to play gap control, slant toward the ball. They're going to load the box and play man-to-man in the secondary. And the Rebels are going to need to take advantage of some of those single matchups, one-on-one matchups out there in the passing game. Here come the Rebels. And the crowd loves it. And the Colonels are walking onto the field in single file through their spirit line, which is in the out-of-bounds area on the south side. But we are just about to get some football coming your way. Thanks for being with us on the Moore's Pharmacy Countdown to kick off from Madden.
We should note that we are keeping up with the other side of the bracket. Heritage Academy versus Oak Forest Academy. That's the other semifinal game going on tonight in Columbus. Of course, the winner of this one will play the winner of that one in the state championship. Have some boots on the ground over in Columbus, so we should be able to get some updates for you throughout the game for that one.
Well, we'll step aside now, and when we come back, we will be ready for the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 2 minutes on Boswell Media Sports.
Babe, you know you're not a spring chicken anymore.
And what's your point?
You know you'd fit in real well at QC Supply.
QC Supply already has a friendly and knowledgeable staff of professionals. Plus, they carry a variety of poultry equipment, parts for new houses, retrofits too.
See, you know all of that, but you still forgot the most important qualification.
And that would be?
You've always been a real chick magnet, and that'll make things easier on you.
How does chicks flocking to me make my life easier?
Because you can only go so fast with your walker.
QC Supply, your one-stop shop for everything poultry, located at 2633 Highway 35 South in Forest. Chick Magnet.
Achoo! Achoo! Bless you, Mama.
Thank you.
Mama, you know that yummy medicine Moore's Pharmacy made for me? I bet they can make you some too.
Well, let me just give them a call.
Moore's Pharmacy is your specialty pharmacy for compounding and compliance packaging. This makes it easier if you take several prescriptions. And be sure to download their RX Local app. This will make your wait time even shorter, if you can believe that. Moore's Pharmacy, your only local independent pharmacy in Carthage, Walnut Grove, Sebastopol, and Lena.
Bring in your pawn and leave with the money you need. Eastside Pawn and Gun has always been trustworthy and dependable. Come in today and look at all the new hunting rifles. We also have a great selection of electronics. Eastside Pawn and Gun has the absolute best prices around. And we're cheering on all area schools as you work hard and have a great football season. Eastside Pawn and Gun, Highway 16, Carthage.
Hello, Rebel fans. It's time for kickoff. Moore's Pharmacy welcomes you to an exciting night of Friday night football. Moore's Pharmacy takes great pride in supporting Leake Academy Rebels, the perfect place to start your weekend. Okay, Rebels, let's kick it off.
Boswell Media Sports.
Welcome back. Football coming your way. We got the opening kickoff for tonight's MAIS 5A semifinal game. Philip Palmertree and Breck Riley. Breck, we've done approximately 85 games or so together through the years.
Sounds right.
You just did your 100th Kosciuszko Whippet broadcast a couple of weeks ago, and you and I have been together for most of those.
Yeah. It's always fun, though. And semifinal action. I haven't been in a playoff semifinal. I've not been on the broadcast for that. So in football, anyway.
Yeah. Hey, first one. Well, no, I've been in one other, filling in for East Marion High School back about 3 or 4 years ago. They were playing up in this part of the state and called me in. So yeah, that was a North State championship game. But anyway, Copiah kicking it off in white helmets. Royal blue pants, blue numbers, easy to read, and we like it that way.
Oh, yes.
Be kicking it off left to right. The Rebels in red jerseys.
But they do have some big numbers. I mean, those numbers are huge.
Yeah, that's about as big as you can get them. There's a number 5 down here. You could not fit a 1 or any other number next to that 5. The kids with dual numbers have something a little smaller, but it's crowded on the back of those jerseys.
Stevie Wonder could
Tanner Hollingsworth boots it into the air, and here we go. Comes toward the near sideline. It's going to hit along the 10 and then bounce out of bounds. Good decision by Levi Brown to let it hit in bounds and then tumble out of bounds, and the Rebels will have it at the 35 as we get started. First quarter presented by Carthage Veterinary Clinic. Ben Jackson is coming in at tight end, and I see Gavin White out there as well. We'll see if Aiden Watkins is out there. He is, so the Rebels coming with that big set. And they'll send Brown outside the numbers to the right side. And 1st and 10 from the 35 for the Rebels. Cannon Parks on the left hip of Rhett Atkinson. And here we go. Copiah is going to open up in a 4-man front and bring a linebacker. No, 3-man front, bring the linebackers to the edge. Snap, handoff, Parks looking for an opening right side. He doesn't find a lot. He gets just one, if that, to the 36-yard line, or maybe a little more than that. Now they're going to give him 2 to the 37, so it'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, think his forward progress made him. He took a big hit and pushed him back a little bit, but that'll be a 2-yard gain, so 2nd and 8.
Good job by Hollingsworth. I mentioned 33 out there. Of course, we don't have a 33 on the roster, so that's going to be Hunter Renfro. We find out who 33 is. 2nd and 8. Opening on the left side for Parks. There he cuts it back to the inside, has the first down, and he gets spun down from behind by Hollingsworth, the safety at the 47. That's a pickup of 10 in a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic. First down for the Rebels.
Yeah, good job there by Parks. Able to find a little something that I've always been about a young man, Parks.
He has a quick cut. Myers and Brown split wide to the right. Ball over near the left hash. H-back the right side. Rebels will run it that side with Parks. He's to midfield, wiggling through, kind of a serpentine run there down to the 44-yard line. That's a gain of about 8 on the play. Let's say they're going to say his knee went down at the 46, so that'll make it a 7-yard gain to the 46. 2nd down, 3.
Yeah, Rebels just lining up and running it behind the right side of that line. When you got Colton Burns, 6'6", 280, and then Gavin White, 6'1", 240. A lot of meat to run behind.
Now they'll split the wideouts, 1 to each side. Well, Myers was uncovered for just a second, but handoff will go to Parks up the middle. He bangs with the left shoulder, stays on his feet, shuffles sideways. Looks like he's got the 3 yards he needs for the first down to the 43-yard line. We'll see where the spot is actually made. Officials call timeout. Looks like they want to measure.
Yeah, the spot didn't look great. I thought he had it after the initial contact.
I did too.
But the spot didn't do him any favors there. But yeah, they will measure. Sideline warning against Copiah.
Sideline warning against the Colonels.
I never saw a flag.
Comes into play. I didn't either, but
I think maybe the line judge on the far side just dropped it behind him.
And they're going to say he's about 2 inches short. Enough.
That much.
Held up his thumb and his forefinger, did the referee. So the Rebels are going to bring in the heavy package, Joseph Scott, and put Ben Jackson back in the game. Looks like they're going to line up in what is more or less a goal line type situation here on 3rd down and inches. At the 43 in Colonel territory, opening possession of the ball game, 10:06 to play first quarter. Joseph Scott will get back there like a fullback, just offset to the right. We'll see if Atkinson keeps it. He will. He goes ahead, sort of leaps over the pile, gets across the 40 to the 39, and that's a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down for Leake.
Yeah, right there, just going behind your big bodies. And, of course, we know the type of run game that Atkinson has for himself. He can hurt you with his feet or his arm.
Avondre Robinson and Renfro getting in there on the tackle. They'll spot him at the 39. It looks, again, like a kind of a stingy spot, but it's still first down from the 39 on the right hash. 2 H-backs set to the left. They'll hand off to Park. No keeper by Atkinson, and he will stick his nose into the line, get past 1 tackler, and then about 3 Colonels will stand him up along the 36. So a pickup of around 3. Credit Julius Murray, the linebacker, with the tackle.
Yeah, good keep there by Atkinson. He held it as long as he could.
Riley Myers will come in. Ben Jackson will go out for LA. They'll move Levi Brown over to the right of the formation. Atkinson looks into the near sideline.
Actually give him 3 yards on that play.
2nd and 7. The Rebels took the opening kickoff, still moving it down the field. Tight end on each of the formation here. Again, handoff Parks, but he is met just as he crosses the 35 and only gets 1. A lot of Colonels in there. Paxton Cora, the strong safety, along with Robinson making the tackle. He gets about 2, and the Rebels will face 3rd and 5 from just past the 35-yard line. They've got to get to the 29 for a first down. Ball right between we'll call it the 34, 3rd down 5. 3 wide receivers. Myers and Brantley to the left and Levi Brown to the right. Will take the snap, throw, has time, puts it out deep over the middle, out of the reach of Myers inside the 5, incomplete. And there was good coverage there from Copiah, Breck.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you hear some people wanting maybe a flag there, but I don't know if the ball was exactly catchable. I know that it matters in high school football. There's no such thing as uncatchable, but still pretty good coverage there, and keep the flag in the pocket.
Cornerback who wears number 20 and is also not on the roster.
Mystery man.
That'll be Renfro Hunter for now. 33 is Hunter Renfro, but 4th and 5. Rebels a little too deep to kick it, so they'll go for it. Put 4 wideouts in the formation this time. 4 wideouts, 3 to the left. Atkinson will sling it out quickly on a screen to Myers across the 30. He's got the first down, 25, and drives up the left hash to about the 22, 23-yard line before he's wrapped up by DeJarius Segrest. First down, Rebels.
Almost too easy there. It's like Coach Pickens had that one ready. If we don't get 3rd down, that's our play right there on 4th down.
Yep, run that quick screen. Cuts back up the middle. Fresh set of downs for the Rebels. Just inside the 23. Parks, the running back. 2 H-backs and a tight end in the formation. Parks will go right side, crash ahead, 20. Flag comes in as he gets down to about the 17-yard line where he's finally put to the ground.
In the area of a hold. I was looking down at my notes here.
I can't say I saw the hold, but saw the flag. It came out quickly.
That would be a hold.
Hold against Leake.
And it's a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage there, so it'll be one of them weird 1st and 23s or something.
Well, they walked it back to the 33, so they'll say it happened right along the line of scrimmage.
Okay.
So 1st and 20 for L.A. in a scoreless ball game. 7:37 to play. Rebels have had the ball the entire quarter after taking the opening kickoff. First quarter presented by Carthage Veterinary Clinic. Ball's near the left hash. Myers will be in the slot to the right, and Brown split wide along the numbers to the right. Play action. Atkinson looking deep, throwing over the middle. Levi Brown's got it at the 10, and he's pulled down at the 9. Just on a rope there from Atkinson. And what can Brown do for you? He can get you 1st and goal.
Yeah, that was a great catch, great coverage. You know, just that's all athleticism from Brown there.
Central Mississippi Animal Clinic, 1st and goal at the 9 for L.A. Myers was the slot receiver, and he ran a post pattern in. Back to each side. Handoff Parks trying to get around the end. Right side. Gets past one tackler. Flag comes in. He goes around the 5. He gets into the end zone and inside the right pylon, but I think there's going to be a hold on the play. A couple of flags out. There's a flag thrown, Breck, right at the point where Myers crossed the goal line, too. It looked like it came out a second later. But everything gets quiet here at Taggart Field as we await the verdict from the officiating crew out of Jackson.
One flag is going to be a hold when Parks tried to cut it up. Now, I don't know what the second flag may be.
Hold against the Rebels, and then a dead ball. No, they're just going to say play the down. Oh,
I did too. I thought you were going to say dead ball foul.
So just the hold. Easy to say just the hold, but so the line of scrimmage is now the 15-yard line. So he gets officially 4 yards on the carry, and then you move it outside. So 1st and goal from the 15 for the red and blue on the right hash. Brown split to the right. Come up the middle. Parks is met and put down immediately. Good tackle right in the interior by Copiah. That was Avondre Robinson, the defensive tackle. Hit him and put him down immediately. No gain on the play. They'll give him a yard to the 14. Now it inches forward. So he gets a yard at best. 2nd and goal from the 14. Brown split wide left, wide right. And they'll roll out Atkinson, and he stumbled, hit the ground, and then a Copiah defender comes in and puts a shoulder into him while he's on the ground, and a flag comes out. The Rebels are going to get a dead ball personal foul penalty there and to their advantage.
Yeah, Turf Monster got Atkinson right there, just that old bootleg rollout, and never got his feet under him. But as you said, he fell down, and then right a few minutes, about a second or two late, one of those defenders kind of fell and jumped on top of Atkinson.
So the late hit penalty will move it half the distance We'll put it at about the 11-yard line. Looks like they put it at the 11, which is strange. But anyway, they should move it in further than that. That was from where he went down. And I think the officials are talking about. I think that should be a little closer. Should be at about the 7 or 8 yard line.
So we're going to, if not a dead ball foul, so they're going to say replay the second down.
Okay, replay the second down. I'm not sure. Ball set at the 11-yard line for some reason. Yeah, and now timeout on the field. Timeout Copiah. And we'll take it with them. We'll be back as Rebel football continues.
And when it does, performance therapy is focused on highly individualized care. Owner Dan Young says no two people respond the same way to any form of treatment or intervention. No injury is the same, and no single treatment works across the board. Their therapists help people regain their physical function and mobility. Whether you're recovering from a sports injury, stroke, orthopedic surgery, or you're suffering from chronic neck or back pain, they can help. Performance therapy. Philadelphia, Carthage, Canton, Brandon, Gluckstadt, McGee, Florence, Raymond, Pelahatchie, and Wiggins.
Achoo! Achoo!
Bless you, Mama.
Thank you.
Mama, you know that yummy medicine Moore's Pharmacy made for me? I bet they can make you some too.
Well, let me just give them a call.
Moore's Pharmacy is your specialty pharmacy for compounding and compliance packaging. This makes it easier if you take several prescriptions. And be sure to download their RX Local app. This will make your wait time even shorter, if you can believe that. Moore's Pharmacy, your only local independent pharmacy in Carthage, Walnut Grove, Sebastopol, and Lena.
Boswell Media Sports.
Leake facing second and goal, coming out of the timeout. Ball at the 11-yard line. Myers split to the left, Brown to the right. Parks the right. And Aiden Watkins set over to the left as H-back and tight end, respectively. Parks lined up to the right of the Rebel quarterback, Atkinson. Second down. Fake, keep up the middle for Atkinson, and he'll get across the 10, get close to the 5, but they'll mark him down at about the 7. The quarterback keep yields about 4 yards, brings up third and goal from about the 7.
Yeah, that time Atkinson just following both Parks and Gavin White. Able to split the difference between them and pick up positive yardage.
Clock winding, under 5 minutes, 34 seconds to play first quarter. Copiah has not held the ball yet in this game. Rebels been using that time of possession.
Be the 18th play of the drive.
Third and goal from the 7. Fake, keeper up the middle, hit right away. Spinning around is Atkinson, but he won't get much. Maybe a yard. He got hit early there. Looks like Nicholas Anderson made the hit for Copiah. Now there's a timeout, official timeout, as there's an injured player on the field, and one of the Rebel offensive linemen is seated but in need of some attention. That's right tackle Colton Burns. So timeout with 5:02 to go first quarter. Rebels facing fourth and goal.
Looks like they're going to bring out Cole Arthur, attempt the just a little more than an extra point right here. Be about, what, a 23-yarder from right here? Something along those lines.
Now Burns up on his feet. He was holding his right leg, but he is walking on his own to the near sideline, and that's a comforting sight. And a big right tackle will walk off slowly with David Jones and Coach Pickens on either side of him. And as Breck said, Cole Arthur, the senior kicker, will kick from right about the middle of the field. Field goal should be about 23 yards. Andrew Tate ready to snap it. Seth Martin ready to hold it. Snap, kick, up, away, and it's good with 4:44 to go in the first quarter. Rebels 3 and Copiah nothing. Back in 60 seconds here on Boswell Media Sports.
West Side Body Shop says, let's face it, stuff happens. And when it does, they can take care of damage as small as a chip in your windshield all the way up to full collision services. Insurance claims are always welcome too. Just be sure your first stop is West Side Body Shop in Philadelphia. They also specialize in truck accessories, including toolboxes, visors, Nerf bars, and winches. They make your ride look cool. West Side Body Shop, just off Beacon Street on Waterview Lane, right behind the Huddle House in Philadelphia.
T&K Farms Wood-Mizer is Mississippi's Wood-Mizer sawmill equipment dealership. T&K Farms Wood-Mizer sells the complete Wood-Mizer equipment line from small personal sawmills to the industrial equipment lineup. T&K Farms stocks parts and has experienced factory-trained service technicians with both in-shop and mobile service available. See T&K Farms Wood-Mizer to start your sawmill business today. Credit cards are accepted for all services. Like them on Facebook. T&K Farms Wood-Mizer, just off Highway 25 at 1128 Liberty Road, Louisville, 662-803-4332.
Boswell Media Sports.
Here's the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff. Cole Arthur will send it 3-4 yards deep into the end zone. Rory Hall will catch it, but it'll be a touchback. How about a performance therapy reset on that drive? The Rebels, 19 plays on that drive. They moved from the 35 in their own territory down to the 6, and the drive ended with a 23-yard field goal by Cole Arthur. 3-0 Leake Academy in front in this 5A semifinal game. Winner takes on the Oak Forest Heritage winner.
Got an update on Oak Forest and Heritage for you coming after this play.
Shotgun set, running back on each side. And we'll go to the right side to the 30, 35, 40, cutting the inside 50 and heading down the field. Jamarius Grayer is going to get an 80-yard touchdown run on the opening play from scrimmage for the Copiah offense, and they take the lead.
Yeah, nothing fancy right there, just around the right side and able to get a good block. One good block about the 40, was able to spring Grayer, and just like that, Colonels are in the lead.
80 yards around the right end for Jamarius Grayer, who is a freshman. And I'm not sure a Rebel got a hand on him. He just got a block to seal off the edge of the right side, and he went up the numbers right side 4-6. Tanner Hollingsworth will set up for the extra point. The Colonels ran a play like this last week, setting up to kick, and then the snap came back to the holder, the quarterback, all straight up the middle for 2. High snap, gets it down, kick, plenty high, long, good. There is a flag on the play, so hold on. We'll see what the flag is before we take it away.
More than likely going to be against the Rebels. It looked like somebody ran and trying to get a little bit of a head start, might have leaned across the line a little early. 2 flags.
Yeah, the flag
referee threw
came
one
from behind.
Yeah, the referee threw one and the umpire threw one.
6-3, possibly 7-3, but the officials are talking about it at the 10. And they're still talking.
Having a discussion.
They don't realize that doesn't make for great radio
for
officials to stand and talk for extended periods of time. I could not see the official signal. Now he's stepping out. Personal foul, roughing the kicker on Leake, and personal foul on Leake. So I'm thinking 2 personal foul penalties. The other one may have been somebody kind of vaulting up over somebody. I wonder if that flag from the back was that.
Yeah, I didn't even see roughing the kicker.
Yeah, I didn't see that either. Well, we'll take the break, and we'll be back. Rebels trail 7-3 with 4.5 minutes to go, first quarter.
Kenny and James Grill, where friends meet to eat, have an adult beverage, and have fun. Enjoy their daily lunch special Tuesday through Saturday. Friday night, get ready to watch the best local football in town via live stream while you enjoy your favorite dinner with your favorite friends. And Saturday night, do it all over again with live entertainment for some serious excitement. Kenny James Grill is the happening place to go, weekdays or weeknights. Check them out. KennyJamesGrill.com. Kenny James Grill, where friends meet to eat. Court Square, Carthage.
Byers Furniture in downtown Philadelphia can make your kitchen dreams come true in 2021. Smart refrigerators, dishwashers, ranges, and microwaves make cooking easier and more fun than ever. GE makes large washer tubs and high RPM spinouts, so doing laundry with a new GE pair is faster than ever. Whether it's your kitchen or laundry room, Byers Furniture and GE are your one-stop shop for all your appliance needs. Byers Furniture, 319 Bird Avenue in downtown Philadelphia, serving you since 1953.
Boswell Media Sports.
Copiah will kick off after the touchdown. Moore's Pharmacy kickoff from the Rebel. He was assessed. Hollingsworth will come up. They'll sky kick it almost like an onside kick, and it's caught by Rory Hall of Copiah at the 33-yard line, and they have perfectly executed a little infield pop-up of an onside kick, Breck.
Yeah, no, that's
as a flag comes in.
That's basically like your second and short when you throw a long pass.
But a late flag came in, so let's see. Hold everything. It looks like it's going to be on the Colonels. And, of course, Coach Pickens will accept the penalty. So it's going to be an interference call, so they must have knocked the Rebel receiver who was there positioned for the catch out of the way, and you cannot do that. So that's a or catch interference, I guess technically is what that's called. And it'll be Rebel ball. Or will they make him kick it again? That's the question.
That should be a league ball. Yeah, should be.
Or at that point,
yep,
yeah.
Should be league ball.
All right, it'll be Rebels ball with 4:29 to play first quarter. Copiah 7, Leake 3. Rebels have the ball for the second time, put 4 wideouts into the formation. Levi Brown, Myers, and Brantley, and Aiden Watkins to the right. Ball on the right hash. Atkinson with 10 on the play clock. Gets his line set, parks the running back. Keeper from Atkinson, he's hit right at the 35 and driven back. Hard hit by Julius Murray, who had an interception in the game last week in their win against Bio. He gets 1 on the play. 2nd and 9 for L.A.
Yeah, your update from Columbus, Heritage, and Oak Forest tied at 7 in the first quarter.
We're 7-3 here. Rebels got a 23-yard field goal on their first drive, a long drive, and then the Colonels scored in one play on an 80-yard run. That's reset. 2nd and 9. Parks handoff up the middle, breaks past one tackler, and then the pile pushes forward across the 40 to the 42, and that'll leave the Rebels with 3rd and short. Good gain by the senior running back, Parks.
Yeah, it'll be about 7 yards for Parks there.
Justin Parrott was on him first, and then a whole bunch of that front 7 got on him. So 3rd down and 2, about 2.5.
Yeah, it's a long 2.
Rebels will look into the sideline. Clock goes under 3 minutes, 22 seconds to play first quarter. 2x2 wide receivers. Park back on the left hip. And the keeper will be for Atkinson. He will get hit, fight forward, but he's going to be stopped just short of the first down. May have been a face mask in there, but didn't see a flag come out. The Rebels will be stopped short of the line to gain for the first down. They'll have 4th and about a foot or less. And Coach Pickens looking at exactly where that ball's spotted, and the offense is staying out there. Rebels think they can get 12 inches here.
Yes, who wants it more play right here?
So again, 2 wide receivers to each side. Colonels creeping up to the line. Now hard count. Atkinson looks at the sideline. And Coach Pickens calls timeout with 2:25 to play. We'll take it with him as Leake Academy football continues.
Dr. Brooke Bobo and his professional team at Carthage Veterinary Clinic appreciate their patients. They treat all animals, handle them with top care. Not only do they provide for your sick animals, they groom and board as well. Open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 7:30 to 5:30. Wednesdays and Saturdays, 7:30 till noon. Like them on Facebook. Carthage Veterinary Clinic, Highway 16, Carthage.
You bought lumber and you're ready to start digging post holes for that new fence, but not so fast. Do you know where your underground utilities are located? Central Electric Power Association urges you to call 811 for a free marking of underground electric lines and other utilities. Making the call before you dig can prevent a serious or fatal injury, plus it's the law in Mississippi. And please work safely around power lines. Central Electric Power Association, serving you since 1937. This institution is an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Boswell Media Sports.
Leake Academy facing 4th and short. They'll send out Cole Arthur in the punt unit. Jamarius Grayer, who ran the touchdown for 80 yards, is back at his own 20. Snap comes back. Spiraling kick is away. Will be taken by Brayer on a fair catch right inside the 19-yard line, and that's where Copiah will take over with 2:17 to go in the first quarter. Copiah 7, Leake Academy 3. First quarter presented by Carthage Veterinary Clinic. So 1st and 10 for the 19 from the 19, as Copiah has run one play offensively.
One play for 80 yards.
Struck gold with it. And they'll come out that same formation, 2 running backs on each side of the quarterback. Wyatt Albright. This time Albright's going to keep it, and he's going to get hit in the backfield. Tackled for loss. Jared Sims getting back there, and there was one more Rebel trying to get to turn this way. Cade Marble back there for a big tackle for loss. Good penetration by the Rebels. Loss of 4.
They're going to lose about 4 yards back to the 15-yard line.
2nd and 14. Held the ball in the belly of the running back Weed a little bit too long. Wide receiver to each side, 2 running backs. Now they'll scoot over, snap it directly to Weed, who'll come around the right side. Rebels are getting a good push, and they drive him back for a loss on the play. Is the ball loose?
Oh, he was down.
No. Okay, ball came loose after Weed went down. Under 90 seconds to play first quarter, but Joseph Scott was stringing that one along, and he made a big hit. Loss of 2 on the play, back to the 13, 3rd and 16. So the Colonels facing their first 3rd and long. They'll bring another receiver into the game.
That Pop Warner football is what we call it, where the quarterback just sets up and then moves behind the guard, and the running back moves over behind the center.
And now they'll bring under center Wes Thornton. They'll snap it back to Weed. He comes around left side, tries to get the corner, but what a play in the open field by Riley Myers to clip him down right along the 19, the original line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to be short of that. They'll say he went down at about the 17, so it'll be 4th and 12 for the Colonels. Good job by the Rebel defense, and especially Riley Myers.
If Myers doesn't get that, they could get that tackle, Weed probably gets the first down. So he was the last line of defense there.
Yep. So 4th down, punt situation. They will have to snap the ball before the end of the quarter. But it looks like they're waiting, and they're going to call timeout. Yeah, they're going to run the clock down to 7 seconds and then call timeout, I think is what Copiah is doing. That should be their 2nd timeout.
They took delay of game.
Take a delay of game. Okay, so they didn't call timeout. I wonder if surely Coach Hankins was not mixed up there. There was about 6-8 seconds difference between play clock and game clock.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Legend, a first-year coach, I can understand making that mistake, but not a legend. And now the quarter will run out with Copiah ahead 7-3. So we'll be back with the start of the second quarter after we take this break on Boswell Media Sports.
Wendy's only makes one kind of breakfast, your new favorite one. How do we do it? With fresh cracked eggs, oven-baked bacon, and flaky croissants. You know, the things your old breakfast wasn't doing. So toss that old news and its soggy eggs somewhere useful. And get to Wendy's, where the sausage, egg, and Swiss croissant, bacon, egg, and Swiss croissant, and honey butter chicken biscuit are just 2 for $4. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's 2 for $4.
Limited time only. Single item at regular price. Price and participation may vary at U.S. Wendy's.
Repairing today's vehicles requires extensive knowledge, sophisticated equipment, and a commitment to repairing it correctly. You have the right to choose Carthage Collision Center for all your auto body repairs. At Carthage Collision Center, we perform pre- and post-diagnostic scanning during a collision repair. And come see us for spray and bed liners too. You don't have to leave Carthage to get proper service and repairs. Carthage Collision Center, Highway 16, Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
We start the second quarter from Thagard Field. Philip Palmertree and Breck Riley bringing you action on Cruisin' 98. High-quality audio in the QC Supply audio stream available. The link at kicks96news.com. Punting from inside the 5 are the Colonels. And it's Weed who will put a high kick into the air. Jake Brown will let it hit around midfield, and it'll take a nice bounce in Copiah's favor inside the 40. It'll be down right between the 40 and the 39, and that's where the Rebels will take over, trailing 7-3. Second quarter presented by Carthage Collision Center. Cannon Parks will be back in at running back. Charlie Brantley and Levi Brown at wide receiver for the red-clad Rebels.
Pretty even when you look at the offensive stats from the first quarter. Rebels with 81 yards and the Colonels with 78 after a couple of losses after the 80-yard run.
Ball at the 39-yard line, left hash, 3 wide outs in the formation. We'll send Watkins out to the right, 2 running backs. Hand off to Riley Myers. He comes around outside the hash, outside the numbers, across the 50, and clipped down near the 40. Near a gain of about 20 on that run. They'll mark him at the 41-yard line. If they do, that's a 20-yard gain. A Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down.
Yeah, just a big run there from Myers. He's a different look, kind of looking back than Cannon Parks is.
Same formation. First and 10 from the 41. Parks gets the call this time, and the running back gets stopped as he gets to the 40. Murray got to him quickly and stops him after a gain of 1. So the Rebels are facing now 2nd and 9 from the Copiah 40, trailing 7-3. First minute of the second quarter. Brown split outside the numbers to the left. Brantley and Myers in the slot on that side, and then Aiden split to the near side. This time Atkinson will keep right side, lots of space in front of him. 30, 25, gets a block from Watkins, 20, 15, 10, 5, dives to the end zone, and they say he went down at the 1. They'll say that his knee went down at the 1-yard line. Give him 39 on that carry, but it's first and goal, Rebels. What a big play from Red Atkinson.
Yeah, just a great read there by Atkinson, and an even better block by Watkins down the field.
Yeah, it was a good gain, even if Watkins didn't make that block. But when Watkins made the block, it became something special. Nearly a touchdown. Rebels will bring in the big package. Joseph Scott as an up back on the right side, and Atkinson will follow them, have to dodge one tackler and go off right side. He's across the goal line, and that's 6 for the Rebels. With 10:37 to go in the second quarter, LA back in front. Extra point coming up. Touchdown presented by Four Corners Steakhouse. Copiah got a defender back there quick, Breck, but good job by Atkinson just to sidestep him.
I have to take your word for it,
That's
Phillip.
right. You were completely blocked by people standing, and it was the worst angle possible.
I could have opened the door. I might could have seen it if I opened the door right there.
But one Copiah defender penetrated back there. Nearly messed that one up, but good job to get away from him. Snap, hold, kick, up, away, but he hooked it off to the left, and it's no good. Rebels 9 and Copiah 7 with 10:37 to go. Second quarter. Back after this as Leake Academy football continues.
When it comes to the health and well-being of your four-legged family members, you need to trust veterinary experience that you'll find with Dr. Ryan Anderson and Dr. Steve Green at Central Mississippi Animal Clinic. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic is a full-service animal hospital that specializes in both routine and emergency procedures such as medical, surgical, dental, and grooming. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic conveniently located at 900 Highway 35 South in Carthage.
Visit them online at centralmississippianimalclinic.com.
Dr. Craig Martin, family and staff are proud supporters of Leake Academy football. Good luck in this season.
Today, I will do what others won't, so tomorrow I can accomplish what others can't.
Dr. Martin and his professional staff look forward to serving you in general dentistry. Dr. Craig Martin, General Dentistry and Facial Aesthetics, 1001 East Main Street, Philadelphia.
Boswell Media Sports.
The Moore's Pharmacy kickoff after the Leake Academy touchdown is going to take place from the 25-yard line because of a penalty, Brack.
Yeah, unsportsmanlike conduct was called against the Rebels, and the only thing I could think of is either somebody might have said something after the play that they shouldn't have said, or I did see one of those, somebody held a block maybe a little too long and ended up a little extra on it after the whistle. Didn't see anything too egregious.
Arthur will kick it from the 25. Rebels have retaken the lead but missed the extra point. 9-7. Leake leads Copiah in the early stages of the second quarter. Second quarter presented by Carthage Collision Center. And Arthur puts it into the air. It'll hit along the 19, and Grayer will take it. Try to get around a block. He's hit once, squirts loose, comes around the outside, and then is put down near the 30-yard line as Whit Welch and Gavin White were there to stop him as he came around the numbers. And there's one Colonel still down. Now he's getting helped up by a teammate. So,
yeah, Dylan Jones for the Rebels is getting up kind of gingerly. He was the first one at the point of attack but couldn't bring him down. He's going to kind of limp off here. He's going to be all right. He'll be tended to on the sideline.
Copiah begins their third offensive drive of the ball game at their own 29. At the right hash, wide receivers split on each side. They'll put in a tight end, run kind of a offset pro look here. Keeper, and Albright cannot get to the corner. Riley Myers and Cade Marble just pounded him in the ground as he tried to turn the corner on the left side.
Yeah, Albright's going to be feeling that one in the morning. Myers came out
mercy
like a man possessed. Marble held him up, and then Myers just had full speed right into it.
So 2nd and 10, loss of maybe half a yard, but we'll just still call it 2nd and 10. Same thing, quarterback Albright under center. Two running backs behind him. He'll turn, try to unload it quickly, but Whit Welch deflects the pass. They were going to try to throw it out in the flat to Jamarius Grayer, but Whit Welch said, not in my neighborhood. 3rd and 10.
Welch was just coming off the end right there. Did a good job to get his hands up and able to tip that one away. It'd be 3rd and long.
Copiah likes to give you multiple looks offensively, so we're seeing a different look here. Now they'll bring out 4 wideouts, 1 to the left, 3 to the right. A pistol set with Weed, the quarterback. He'll look to the right, roll out to throw. Throw it short and off the hands of the receiver, incomplete. He was looking for Aiden Rogers at about the 30, 35-yard line. Rebels had it well defended, but the ball went off his fingertips on the far side. That'll bring up a punt.
Yeah, pretty good throw there from Albright, and as you said, hit him in the hands and just not able to connect.
Now Jake Brown out there in coverage. And Jake Brown will move back to receive the punt. He'll go inside his own 40 as Weed will stand at his own 20. He'll angle it right side, kick it high in the air, and it'll wobble. Taken at the 40. Brown coming up middle of the field. Hit once, twice, and he goes down at the 41, 42-yard line. Good punt coverage for the Colonels. 9:28 to go, second quarter. Rebels lead it 9-7 in this semifinal game. So Leake got the ground game. Churn in that last drive turned into a touchdown. And again, Dylan Jones limping off the field. He was out there for that play, though. 3 wide receivers in the formation. 2 running backs. Handoff will go to Riley Myers, and he'll get tripped up just as he hits the line of scrimmage. Good play there by Evan McAlpin to trip up Myers. And he gets not very much, maybe a yard. 2nd and 9. Charlie Brantley and will come out of the game. Evan White will come in.
From Columbus, Heritage leads 14-7 over Oak Forest, that game in the second quarter.
The winner of this game will face the winner of that Heritage Oak Forest ball game. They'll run that quick toss, and it is going to go nowhere. And a tremendous job by McAlpin to get back there and put Cannon Parks down for a loss. You had all those bodies over there, Breck, but nobody blocked 33.
Yeah, McAlpin's sort of a smaller guy coming through there. Maybe nobody saw it. I mean, he's not the biggest guy on the field. He might actually be the smallest guy on the defensive side of the ball, but that time he's able to squeeze through.
Play loses 5 yards, 3rd and 14. Rebels need to get to 49 for the first down. They'll bunch 3 receivers again. This time out of that formation, Atkinson will throw a good pocket around him. Lofts one over the middle, and it's knocked away at the last second by Rory Hall. They wanted Riley Myers at about the 40-yard line, but that ball kind of fluttered up, stayed up a little bit too long, and perfectly played by Hall.
Yeah, that time, not a bad throw, but as you said, it hung up just a little bit. So if it's thrown just with a little bit more on it, I think Myers is probably able to bring it down. But as it was, it kind of stopped right when it got to Myers, and it allowed the defender to get an arm in there and knock it away.
Punt coming up here for Cole Arthur. The Rebels leading by 2. Grayer will back up. He's going to have to back way up as this punt. In fact, he's going to let it go over his head, hit inside the 20. Rebels surrounded as it tumbles down inside the 10. And what a tremendous punt by the senior Cole Arthur to flip field position.
Cole Arthur continues to be a weapon for Coach Pickens and the Rebels. So not a great decision there by Sayer to let that one, or I should say Grayer, to let that one go.
Copiah will take over with 7:51 to play before halftime. Leake 9, Copiah 7.
Another update for you. Heritage has scored again. They lead it 20-7 over Oak Forest.
Heritage Patriots getting a 2-score lead in the first half. And on a keeper, direct snap back to Weed. He's going to find some grass around the right side, and then a flag comes in late. As he turned the corner, got tackled around the 15, picked up 6, but I'm thinking it's going to be a hold or some kind of illegal block.
I was looking down. The Rebels do seem to indicate that it's against the Colonels.
We haven't seen the indication from the official. I think they're talking about where the penalty will be assessed from. I don't think there's any question it's going to go against the Colonels. Personal foul against Copiah. So we're going to replay first down.
Yeah,
it'll be a half the distance penalty. Didn't see what happened. It came in as the action was swinging to that side. So they'll put the ball at the 5-yard line. And they'll have that formation, snap it directly back to Weed. John David Weed going left. Doesn't get much. Finds red shirts in his way. Finds 19 Jake Adams and also Gunnar Scott. Jared Sims waiting on him. Have not seen 13 Ethan Dunn in the game. We've seen Whit Welch out there at linebacker. And now a flag comes in late. Looks like the Rebels are going to get a penalty dead ball, maybe something said.
Yeah, that's what that's going to be. It has been getting a little
dead ball unsportsmanlike against Leake.
Getting a little chippy out there on a couple of the other plays, which, like I said, you expect emotions running wild here in the big game like this.
And now Ethan Dunn will put his helmet on, come into the game. So Whit Welch is going to come out. And Welch is trying to explain himself to Coach Josh Ray as he comes to the near side line, but that's going to march the ball forward close to the line to gain for a first down.
I think it's going to be just enough. They had gotten
about
2 yards on the play, or a yard on the play, so just enough for a first down.
First down, courtesy of the penalty. Ball at the 21-yard line on the right hash now. 7:13 to go before halftime. and they'll have 3 H-backs sort of spaced out behind the line, snap it back to Weed, and he'll lower his head, but Nick Gamillion is there to wrap him up. Also, Jared Sims got on the backside to help bring down Weed. Up near the 24-yard line. Let's see if he got to the 25, and is there another flag? There is. And now the referee's coming near side to talk to Coach Pickens. He's going to accept the penalty. It'll be against the Colonels. Illegal shift, the call. So we'll replay 1st and 15. Wipe that one out. I think we've had flags on 4 consecutive plays here. Put the ball back at the 16. 1st and 15 for the visitors. Moving right to left. Wide receiver on each side. It's 3 H-backs, low snap. They'll fake a reverse, and Weed will stay on his feet after he's hit at the 15 and stumble across the 20 up near the 24. Good job by John David Weed of staying on his feet.
Yeah, I thought they were going to hit that reverse, but as you said, they did fake it. Not sure if that's a called play or if Weed's able to make the decision on his own.
Cade Marble made the tackle. They get about 8 on that play up to the 24-yard line. Be 2nd and 7. So they'll set up again. Snap it back to Weed. Straight ahead. Banging. Rebels wrap him up as he gets up to the 28. Gain of 4. Weed up quickly. There's some pushing going on. Late flag came in from the referee. And he's not putting, he's saying to some of the players that he's not putting up with something. Weed's pointing over at the Rebels side. Personal foul against the Rebels. Coach Pickens wants timeout with 6:13 to go. We'll take it with him. The Rebels up 9-7 back in 60 as Leake Academy football continues.
South Group Cox Agency has the best lines of coverage for your home, business, and auto, also leading the way in protecting the very essence of who you are. This time of year, identity theft is on the rise. More than 8 million households will be hit in some way this season. South Group Cox Agency prevents hackers from destroying your life with credit monitoring and data protection, even expense reimbursement to cover costs incurred while reclaiming your identity. Get peace of mind now with South Group Cox Agency, Main Street, Carthage.
If you want to get the best in sportswear and gear, check out In Sports. In Sports, just off the square in Philadelphia, offers screen printing with personalized jerseys, t-shirts, and fan wear to support your favorite team. In Sports also has customizable vinyl gear for spring sports like baseball and softball, as well as plaques and trophies. Looking for sports equipment? In Sports has that too. In Sports believes in giving the best possible customer service with in-town deliveries. Get ready for this sports season with In Sports, just off the square in Philadelphia.
Boswell Media Sports.
What started as a football game has turned into a flag throwing contest here in the middle part of the second quarter.
Wrestling match.
With a side of wrestling. 15 yards assessed against the Rebels, who are hurting themselves with penalties here. Ball at now 43. Weed will roll out. Going to put it in the air over the middle. Has a man open, and it's off his hands, incomplete. Thrown just a little bit long for Grayer. Jackson Freeney was back there with him. Looks like he may have come out of his shoe. No, that was his towel that came out.
Yeah, good coverage by Freeney because nobody back there. That's one-on-one. There's no safety help. That's just man coverage. Yeah. And as you said, it was maybe a little overthrown, but good coverage there by Freeney.
2nd and 10 for the Colonels. 6 minutes, 5 seconds to go, second quarter. Second quarter presented by Carthage Collision Center. Leake leads 9-7. 4 wideouts in the formation now, and they'll bring back Albright. Pistol set. But hand it to Weed, who tries to get to the outside the hash marks on the right side, but that trip outside the hash didn't yield much for Weed. Just a yard as the Rebels strung it out and rode him down. Looked like Bryce Watkins. Yeah. Gain of just 1.
Yeah, if that. We'll give him 1.
Nose of the ball right near the 44. They get to the Rebel 47 for the first down. 3rd and 9. 3 wide receivers left, 1 right. Pistol set. Play action. Ball in the air, thrown, pass caught, stretching for the line to gain is John Mackey Jenkins, the wide receiver, and I think he's going to have enough for the first down, but not much more than that.
Yeah, good awareness there by Rogers or whoever.
Jenkins.
Good awareness just to hold the ball out and get the first down.
So the Rebels cannot get the ball back here. The Colonels convert the third down opportunity, keep the drive going at the 47. We go under 5.5 minutes to play before halftime. They'll put 4 wideouts in the formation. Shotgun set here. Keeper from Albright around the right side into the open 40, hit and dropped after a gain of 10. Looks like he got right exactly at the first down marker at the sticks.
Should be.
Yep. And that is a first down. Boy, he got some wide open space on that right side after the fake to Weed.
There was a good block out there on one of those wideouts for Copiah. A kick out block allowed him to cut it up the field.
1st and 10 for Copiah. Ball on the right hash. Rebels trying to defend a 2-point lead. 4 wide set. Keeper again. Same play, same result. Inside the 30 and then pushed back is Albright, stays on his feet. A few more Rebels come crashing in. But it looks like Nick Gamillion was out there leading the charge for L.A. Make the tackle. He picked up about 7. Looks like they stop him just inside the 30. And Copiah will look into the far sideline where Billy Hankins is in his second year building this program. He had all 8 state titles at Simpson. 4 wideouts in the formation. Shotgun set, but it goes back to Weed. He's going to keep it around right side, get into the open, across the 20, 15, and tripped those inside the 10. Bryce Watkins tripped him up at the last possible second, or he would have come up the right sideline and hit the end zone.
Yeah, just a direct snap and then a lot of momentum. Just full speed ahead for Weed there.
So it should be 1st and goal for Copiah. I think they're going to say it's 1st and goal at the 4. Thought he went out. They marked him down further than that. But anyway, 1st and goal at the 4. Maybe even the 3. We'll call it the 4. 1st and goal. Clock running, under 3:50 to play. They'll put 4 wideouts in the formation. Snap it to Albright. He'll keep it himself. Hit once, but gets away. And the first man making contact just can't seem to get him down right now. And I think he stretched it out across the goal line. He did. Touchdown for Copiah. Gunnar Scott should have stopped him right at the line of scrimmage, but he just got loose.
Yeah, he's not a big guy. Like I said, he's one of those small, low center of gravity guys and able to bounce off of some of those big hits and keep his feet rolling.
Yeah, this is the kind of running game. This is what Copiah wants. And now they'll line up for an extra point, get some personnel in, bring the old swinging gate formation from left to right, set it up quickly. On the extra point. Off the toe of Tanner Hollingsworth. Kick high and good. 3:33 to go before halftime. Copiah has retaken the lead. They're in front of Leake 14-9. Back in 60 as Rebel football continues.
Time to take your shot. With the increase in COVID-19 cases due to the Delta variant, it is now more important than ever to get vaccinated. The faster we do, the sooner we can end the pandemic and return to a more normal way of life. To schedule your vaccination appointment, call Baptist Primary Care Clinic 601-267-1470 and select option 5 to make your appointment today. Baptist League, making your health care our #1 priority.
Boswell Media Sports.
Here comes the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff from Copiah after they have retaken the lead with a touchdown on a drive that went, what was that, about 71 yards, I think. More or less, 71 yards. 4-yard touchdown run from Wyatt Albright for the touchdown. Hollingsworth kicked the point after attempt through, and it's 14 10-9. Copiah back in front semifinal game. That's a performance therapy reset for you as Hollingsworth comes forward on the ball. And he will kick it deep this time. It'll bounce a couple of times. We picked up by Levi Brown at about the 7. Comes to the near side, 25. Comes up the numbers 30. Will be hit and ridden down along the 32. Good return from the senior Levi Brown.
Yeah, big possession here for Leake Academy. You need to answer because the Colonels will get the opening kickoff of the second half. So you want to get some points on the board here if you are Leake Academy.
Camden Marble in at wide receiver in the slot on the right side, along with Riley Myers, and Aiden Watkins split wide to the right. Levi Brown split wide to the left. Ball on the right hash. Rebels start a drive with 3:20 to play before halftime. Keeper around the left side for Atkinson. He's got some room across the 35. Gets past one tackler. 40. Should have the first down as he goes to the far side into the sideline. Looks like he gets about 11 on the play, and that'll be a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down.
Yeah, great job there by Atkinson. He was hit about 6 yards down the field. He did a job of breaking off of that tackle.
Yep, he got exactly 10. They measured it. So he got just what he needed for the first. Move the chains. Colonels 14, Rebels 9. They'll set up with 2 wide outs in the formation. A tight ends, a little push pass up to Brown around the right side. Got a block from Watkins, 45, 50, 45, 40. Up the near sideline, stays on his feet inside the 25, and he's pushed out of bounds. Big gain on the little push pass to Levi Brown. He ran about 12, 18 inches in front of Red Atkinson, and Atkinson just softly tossed it in front. Brown took it around the right side. Big gain for the Rebels out at the 19. That's a gain of about, 36. 36.
Well, 37. You go to the 19?
Yes.
Yeah, 19.
Central
37.
Mississippi Animal Clinic first down as we get down near 3:05 to play. Rebel again with 2 tight ends. This time Myers in motion. This time Atkinson will fake that push pass, keep it ahead, still keep churning, and get down to about the 15 where he's down. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tackle by DeJarius Segrist and Julius Murray. Ball on the right hash, 15-yard line. Gavin White comes out of the game. Now they're 4 wide receivers, 3 split to the left, 1 to the right. And timeout on the field. Timeout Copiah. We'll keep it right here with 2:35 to go with halftime. Of course, when we get to halftime, we want you to stay with us for the Wendy's halftime report. Of course, Breck's going to bring us some stats. We'll try to gather in as many scores as we can. Of course, the big game that we're paying attention to is the other semifinal in MAIS 5A. That's Oak Forest at Heritage. Heritage was up 20-7 the last time we checked that game.
Same 20-7 at the half there from Columbus.
This has been a close one. It's been back and forth. Leake led 3-0. Then 80-yard run on the first offensive play from scrimmage for Copiah made it 7-3. Then the Rebels answered with 6. Took a 9-7 lead, and then Copiah has responded, driving 71 yards. Getting a touchdown from their quarterback, Wyatt Albright, from the 4 to take the lead again at 14-9. So the Rebels in timeout here. Face 2nd and 6 at the 15-yard line. They'll come off the near sideline. Send Levi Brown left. Marble and Myers in the slot on the right, and Watkins wide. Parks at the left hip of Atkinson. And showing man out there. Going single coverage of the Colonels. Play clock winding down to 12. Atkinson moves Parks over to his right hip. Takes the snap, will hesitate, now take it up the middle. Get stood up at the 10. Looks like he's going to be about a yard short of the first down before he gets pushed back. Big push there. Nicholas Anderson and others making the stop for Copiah at the 10. Leave the Rebels with 3rd and 1.
Yeah, it's a good job there by Atkinson. He sort of does a little stutter step that kind of helps him wait for some of his blockers to,
Clock winds down. Under 2 minutes to play in the half. 3rd and 1 from the 10. Handoff, Parks around the right side. He's got the first down and will be put to the grass at about the 7-yard line. He gets 3 before Segrist pulls him down. 1st and goal, Rebels, Central Mississippi Animal Clinic. 1st down. And then a personnel shift coming in. Marble and Brown in. Ben Jackson and Gavin White out. There will be 3 wide receivers in the formation. And Watkins will be in at tight end, set to the left of the offensive line. 1st and goal. Keeper Atkinson coming around the right side. Gets pulled down and spun out of bounds for a loss of a yard, maybe 2, by Segrist. Correction, that was Julius Murray, the linebacker, number 5, not Segrist, number 7. We'll see where they mark him. Looks like they put him out at the 8. So a loss of a yard on the play. 2nd and goal. Now get White in at tight end. They'll do a push pass, left side. Myers gets a block across the 5, stretching toward the goal line. And he is in. That's 6 for the Rebels. Push pass from Atkinson to Riley Myers, and the Rebels have retaken the lead with 1:14 to play in the second quarter. A touchdown presented by Four Corners Steakhouse.
Yeah, huge answer there by Leake Academy. You had to come away with some kind of points and, more importantly, some kind of momentum right here before the half.
No doubt about it. It could not have come at a better time after giving up the score, and then, as Breck mentioned, late in the half, the Rebels are going to send the offense out and try to get a 2 here, leading 15-14. They'll bring Jake Brown in motion left to right. Now roll out Atkinson. He's in trouble. We'll just throw it toward the end zone as he was hit hard by Julius Murray as he released the ball, and the 2-point pass unsuccessful. 1:14 to play. Rebels 15 and Copiah 14. Back in 60 on Boswell Media Sports.
Get top dollar for your timber and the least possible damage to your property with Welch Forest Products in Union. Professionals in forestry care, management, and cutting. Welch Forest Products provide final harvesting, pine plantation thinning, and site preparation and care. They buy land with or without timber. Welch Forest Products. Call Bo Welch at 601-774-8200. Welch Forest Products in Union.
He's headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Leake Academy.
The Junction and Prince Oil Fuel Champions. As you travel to the game, shop and fuel with people who are invested in your community. 60 years of fueling Central Mississippi and champions like Leake Academy. Locations are all over Mississippi. Carthage, Philadelphia, Oxford, Ridgeland, Scuba, Louisville, Newton, and Union. They also do catering.
So be sure to put some Junction in your next function.
It's the Junction and Prince Oil.
Boswell Media Sports.
Cole Arthur with a Morris Pharmacy kickoff after the Leake Academy touchdown, and he will boom it end over end into the end zone touchback. Colonels will take over with 1:14 to go before the half. Leake Academy 15, Copiah Academy 14. There is a Rebel down at the 31-yard line, and there's a flag about 6 or 8 yards up the field from where that Rebel's down.
7 plays, 67 yards on the scoring drive there for the Rebels to reclaim the lead.
That's a performance therapy reset from Breck Riley. Glad to have him with us. David Jones out to look at the injured Rebel along the 32-yard line on the far side. Somebody, we don't know who it is who's injured at this point.
I can't make out any number from here.
Talk about a back and forth game. We've had one. 3-0, 7-3, 9-7, 14-9, now 15-14.
Freeney was the one that was injured. He's going to get up and walk off on his own power. Was a personal foul against Copiah Academy. And looks like Charlie Brantley may come in and give Freeney a little bit of a break here. Let him catch his breath. Well, maybe not. Yeah, there he is right here.
There he is, yep. The sophomore, Charlie Brantley. Been in at wide receiver. Now he's may get tested at quarterback. Ball sometimes finds you when you come in to sub at DB. The line of scrimmage was now the 10-yard line for the Colonels, 1st and 10. Just 74 seconds to go in the half. Pistol set. Albright will set to throw. Now he'll take off up the middle on a quarterback draw and stays on his feet at still coming to the near side. 40, 50. Trying to outrun Rebels 30, 20, and I can't see a thing. But he went down somewhere.
The official couldn't see a block in the back on Brantley right here at the 40-yard line either. It was obvious.
Big run from Albright in spite, or because of.
I mean, obvious.
The block in the back.
Obvious block in the back right here.
He went out of bounds at the 20, so he runs it from the 10 to the 20, so that's what, 70-yard run. And he got run out of bounds on the near side. Big turn here for Copiah with 58 seconds to go in the half. Albright, toss it right side to Weed. Rebels string it out. He gets past one tackler and then will get positive yardage crossing the 15. As the Rebels got pursuit but a little bit too late, he picked up 5, and that'll be 2nd and 5 now for Copiah. They'll come to the line quickly with 4 wide outs.
Copiah should have one timeout to work with here.
Pistol set. Quarterback wants to throw, puts it in the air, and it's caught right at the 1-yard line. But they'll say he got it across the painted line for 6. Touchdown pass from Albright out there to, I believe that was Aiden Rogers. Albright to Rogers, I think it was 8. Rogers who got the touchdown, and it's now Copiah's lead with 29 seconds to go. What a big turnaround using the big plays for Copiah. Hollingsworth will line up now. Timeout, Colonels. They'll take a timeout. That should be their final one.
Yeah, that's definitely their final timeout.
And boy, the Colonels have come to play, and they have used big plays to get the lead and then retake it a couple of times.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the timeout is unless they're, maybe considering going for 2.
Well, they lead at 20-15 with 29 seconds to go in the half. That pass covered, 15 yards?
Yep.
Aiden Rogers on the receiving end. He caught that ball right at the 1, and Myers hit him and drove him to the sideline. He must have just turned and stretched the ball out, is all I can figure, because he was not standing in the end zone at any point.
I'm not sure the linesman knew what he was going to call until when he put his hand, because he took a really long time to make the call.
Now they'll come out with the offense. They'll snap it back to Weed. He's going to run around the right side. Rebels will hit him and drive him down right at the line of scrimmage. Jared Sims and Whit Welch put him down, so the 2-point run unsuccessful. We'll take the 60-second break and be back with the Rebels trailing 20-15 as Rebel football continues.
Get top dollar for your timber and the least possible damage to your property with Welch Forest Products in Union. Professionals in forestry care, management, and cutting. Welch Forest Products provide final harvesting, pine plantation thinning, and site preparation and care. They buy land with or without timber. Welch Forest Products. Call Bo Welch at 601-774-8200. Welch Forest Products in Union.
Timber! He's headed to the end zone. Touchdown! Leake Academy.
The Junction and Prince Oil Fuel Champions. As you travel to the game, shop and fuel with people who are invested in your community. 60 years of fueling Central Mississippi and champions like Leake Academy. Locations are all over Mississippi. Carthage, Philadelphia, Oxford, Ridgeland, Scuba, Louisville, Newton, and Union. They also do catering.
So be sure to put some Junction in your next function.
It's the Junction and Prince Oil.
We will Boswell Media Sports.
Here's the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff after Copiah's touchdown to retake the lead.
Pretty long. You might see a field goal attempt.
Copiah will get the ball to start the second half. And the Colonels lead. Halftime report coming your way when we get to the intermission. Ball set at the right hash. Play clock under 20. Rebels are huddling. At least the linemen and the quarterback and running back are huddling. 2 wideouts to each side. Atkinson wants to throw. Sets up. Throws deep right side. Looking for Myers again. And they come over the top of him and knock it away. Myers wanted the pass interference. Most everybody on this side of the field wanted a pass interference too. It was Hollingsworth in coverage. Just 5 seconds to go before halftime. As it stands, Hollingsworth will get credit for a broken up pass. But boy, he didn't get there. He got there about the same time the ball did. So they'll play it 3rd and 10. Probably the final play of the half. Atkinson with time to throw. This time left side into a crowd. It's knocked around, incomplete, intended for Levi Brown inside the 20. And that's all for the first half of play. We're halfway done with this one. 4th seeded Copiah leads 1 seed Leake Academy 20-15 at halftime. We'll take a break and come back with the start of the Wendy's halftime report, so don't go anywhere as Rebel football continues from Boswell Media Sports.
When it comes to the health and well-being of your four-legged family members, you need to trust veterinary experience that you'll find with Dr. Ryan Anderson and Dr. Steve Green at Central Mississippi Animal Clinic. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic is a full-service animal hospital that specializes in both routine and emergency procedures such as medical, surgical, dental, and grooming. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic conveniently located at 900 Highway 35 South in Carthage.
Visit them online at centralmississippianimalclinic.com.
Hungry for a really great steak?
Real steak eating.
How about some mouth-watering seafood?
Real seafood loving.
Then you're looking for Four Corners Steak and Seafood, formerly the Rustic Kitchen at Four Corners. Open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights.
Time to ride, boys.
It's a stampede of savings at the fall sales event on the best-selling trucks and SUVs at Marshall Ford. It's a sale-down showdown on all-new 21 F-150s, Expedition, and Explorers. Arriving now, the all-new 22 Super Duties, Bronco, and Mach-E. As inventories are arriving again, it's a stampede of savings at Marshall Ford. Highway 16 West in Philadelphia, or online at marshallford.com for the fall savings event, where there's a new Marshall in town.
There's a new sheriff in town.
All may not qualify. See dealer for details.
South Group Cox Agency has the best lines of coverage for your home, business, and auto, also leading the way in protecting the very essence of who you are. This time of year, identity theft is on the rise. More than 8 million households will be hit in some way this season. South Group Cox Agency prevents hackers from destroying your life with credit monitoring and data protection, even expense reimbursement to cover costs incurred while reclaiming your identity. Get peace of mind now with South Group Cox Agency, Main Street, Carthage.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn presents Contenders and Pretenders, Central Mississippi's most trusted source for short and long-term loans on your valuable items is, was, and always will be Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. A contender is professional, has a vested interest in their customers, is committed to their privacy, and treating them like family. Pretenders? Well, you be the judge.
Yo, 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 give us a go. Come see us now before we're gone. We're funky, fresh, fly rappers, and we'll take your pawn.
And there you go. Give them a call at 601-656-8123 or stop by and visit Philadelphia Gun and Pawn in person at 910 Posey Avenue in Philadelphia. Open 6 days a week from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. while others pretend. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn tends to taking care of business for hardworking people just like you. Wiki what?
Wilcox Funeral Home is family-owned and operated since 1936. They are honored by the trust placed in them by Leake County and the surrounding areas in their time of need. Wilcox is a proud supporter of Leake Academy. Work hard, never give up, and play with all your heart. That's the Leake Academy tradition. Our family serving your family. Wilcox Funeral Home, Carthage.
Flu shots are now at Premier Medical Clinic in Kosciuszko and Carthage and Trace Urgent Care. An annual seasonal flu vaccine is the best way to reduce the chances that you'll get the seasonal flu and spread it to others. When more people get vaccinated against the flu, less flu can spread through our community. Protect yourself and your family from the flu. No appointment is needed for flu shots. Just walk in and they will see you shortly. Premier Medical Clinic in Kosciuszko and Carthage. And Trace Urgent Care in Kosciuszko.
Boswell Media Sports.
It's the Wendy's halftime report from Thagard Field in Madden. And we're playing this MAIS 5A semifinal game. Number 1 seeded Leake Academy Rebels trail the 4 seed Copiah Academy 20-15 at halftime. Take a look at a few scores, and mostly we've got public school game scores as all the classifications enter the playoffs this week. And get a little update. One more refresh before we start giving you a few scores, and they're just going to be hit or miss, random. They're not organized by class or part of the state or anything. But Ocean Springs in 6A play leading Pearl 21-14. I believe Ocean Springs still undefeated on the season in 6A. Newton County closer to home leading 17-9 over North Pike going into the halftime. North Panola up on Aberdeen 12-6 at the half. Also halftime scores in 1A. McEvans 20, Smithville nothing. Charleston big over JZ George at the half, 42-6. Simmons leading 44-0 against the Okolona Chiefs. Halftime score move up to 5A. West Point no trouble with Ridgeland in their playoff game tonight. 27-0 Green Wave over the Titans at the half. Tylertown 20, Union 8 at the half. Back to 6A. Clinton leads South Haven 10-7 at the break. South Delta leading Biggersville 16-8. And let's see, Caledonia in 4A up 20-0 on Pontotoc at halftime. And D'Iberville leads Warren Central 14-13 at the break. Jefferson Davis County with 2-score lead over Hazelhurst 22-7 at the break. 21-7 Picayune leading Hattiesburg. Halftime score there. And a couple of more scores. Let's see, Philadelphia Tornadoes leading the Chiefs. I'm not sure what Chiefs they're playing, but no, let's see, they're trailing 19-14 at the end of the first half. And Macomb leading Mendenhall 8-0. We'll try to get a couple of MAIS scores here as Brett continues to total up numbers, and he'll be back with the statistical report as our Wendy's halftime report continues. Jackson Prep Hartfield tied at 10 at halftime. 10-10 Hartfield and Jackson Prep. And we'll try to give you a Jackson Academy score, and then I've got something that I want to read to you, and some folks we need to recognize and honor as the Copiah Academy band takes the field here at Thagard Field. We don't see a lot of marching bands. We had Union High School here with their marching band earlier this year. The thing I remember the other night watching the Bio Copiah game was the quarterback, Albright, was the drum major. I've never seen that before. Now, I don't see him out there now, but we'll see. He looks like, let's see, no, the drum major's number 4, Paxton Cora. So maybe it was 4 and not 11 that I saw the other night in the film. But one more score here. MRA leads Jackson Academy at halftime in the 6A semifinal, 24-14. We're 20-15 here, Copiah leading Leake Academy. We want to make a special mention of the cheerleaders. And they do a great job, do so much to make Friday night special and the pep rally special. And the 21-22 varsity cheerleaders, we'll recognize them here in the broadcast of the Wendy's Halftime Report. Meredith Adams, Ramsey Beth Johnston, Maddie Little, Laney Palokas, Sydney Sisson, Carlin Vaughn, Alex Withers, Anna Elise Brazil, Addie Lee Page, and Georgia Hardy. Your 21-22 varsity Leake Academy cheerleaders, and we appreciate all that they do to make Leake Academy sports fun and get people fired up, get those teams fired up. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll turn it over to Breck, and he'll tell us a little bit more about the first half of tonight's ball game. 20-15, Copiah leads Leake Academy at the intermission. Back after this on Boswell Media Sports.
Piggly Wiggly in Carthage is cheering on their Leake Rebels. When you don't have time to prepare food, they do. Give them a call and let the bakery and deli fix you up with delicious tailgate trays so you can hit the road with lots of goodies. Piggly Wiggly appreciates their hometown and wishes all players and cheerleaders a safe and successful season. If you can't make the game, Piggly Wiggly in Carthage. Go, Rebels, go!
He's headed to the end zone.
The Junction and Prince Oil Fuel Champions. As you travel to the game, shop and fuel with people who are invested in your community. 60 years of fueling Central Mississippi and champions like Leake Academy. Locations are all over Mississippi: Carthage, Philadelphia, Oxford, Ridgeland, Scuba, Louisville, Newton, and Union. They also do catering.
So be sure to put some Junction in your next function.
It's the Junction and Prince Oil.
Flu shots are now at Premier Medical Clinic in Kosciuszko and Carthage and Trace Urgent Care. An annual seasonal flu vaccine is the best way to reduce the chances that you'll get the seasonal flu and spread it to others. When more people get vaccinated against the flu, less flu can spread through our community. Protect yourself and your family from the flu. No appointment is needed for flu shots. Just walk in and they will see you shortly. Premier Medical Clinic in Kosciuszko and Carthage, and Trace Urgent Care in Kosciuszko.
Bowers Furniture in downtown Philadelphia can make your kitchen dreams come true in 2021. Smart refrigerators, dishwashers, ranges, and microwaves make cooking easier and more fun than ever. GE makes large washer tubs and high RPM spinouts, so doing laundry with a new GE pair is faster than ever. Whether it's your kitchen or laundry room, Bowers Furniture and GE are your one-stop shop for all your appliance needs. Bowers Furniture, 319 Bird Avenue in downtown Philadelphia, serving you since 1953.
Bring in your pawn and leave with the money you need. Eastside Pawn and Gun has always been trustworthy and dependable. Come in today and look at all the new hunting rifles. We also have a great selection of electronics. Eastside Pawn and Gun has the absolute best prices around. And we're cheering on all area schools as you work hard and have a great football season. Eastside Pawn and Gun, Highway 16, Carthage.
Achoo! Achoo! Bless you, Mama. Thank you. Mama, you know that yummy medicine Moore's Pharmacy made for me? I bet they can make you some too. Well, let me just give them a call.
Moore's Pharmacy is your specialty pharmacy for compounding and compliance packaging. This makes it easier if you take several prescriptions. And be sure to download their RX Local app. This will make your wait time even shorter, if you can believe that. Moore's Pharmacy, your only local independent pharmacy in Carthage, Walnut Grove, Sebastopol, and Lena.
Babe, you know you're not a spring chicken anymore.
And what's your point?
You know you'd fit in real well at QC Supply.
QC Supply already has a friendly and knowledgeable staff of professionals. Plus, they carry a variety of poultry equipment, parts for new houses, retrofits too.
See, you know all of that, but you still forgot the most important qualification.
And that would be?
You've always been a real chick magnet, and that'll make things easier on you.
How does chicks flocking to me make my life easier?
Because you can only go so fast with your walker.
QC Supply, your one-stop shop for everything poultry, located at 2633 Highway 35 South in Forest. Chick magnet.
Boswell Media Sports.
The Wendy's halftime report rolls on. Leake Academy trails Copiah 20-15. At halftime, the Copiah Academy band is continuing to entertain the crowd at Thagard Field, and they've got baton twirlers with fire on the end of the batons. You don't see that every Friday night. And gold sequin outfits. So it's been a pretty impressive halftime show. Let's turn it over to Breck Riley. You can talk about baton twirling, band performance, or the performance of the Colonels and the Rebels in the first half. You take your pick, Breck.
Whatever you want. I'll talk about it. I will say that they were probably the fire throwers there, probably the warmest people in the stadium right now with the fire in a cold night here at Thagard Field. But yeah, we'll look at some stats first up for your Rebels. They had 235 total yards in the first half and kept it pretty even when it comes to the mix of run and pass. They ran the ball 26 times for 123 yards, 5 out of 13 for 112 through the air. And then when you look at Copiah Academy, very, very similar numbers when it comes to total yards, 217. So the Rebels actually outgained the Colonels there in the first half. They ran the ball 17 times for 193 yards, just 2 out of 5 through the air for 24 yards. And what was it? A couple of their most of the yardage for Copiah came on 2 plays. The 80-yard run by Grayer on their first play from scrimmage. And then there, right before the end of the half, it was a 70-yard run by the quarterback Wyatt Albright. So there's 150 of your yards right there. So just 2 big plays have really been what's hurt the Rebels, and more so than the big plays. On the second touchdown drive, Copiah had 2 unsportsmanlike or personal foul penalties, gives the Colonels 30 extra yards in offense there. So that's been the story. Just 2 big plays and then a couple of personal foul penalties. It's really been what's been the Achilles heel for the Rebels tonight.
Yeah, that long touchdown drive early part of the second quarter by Copiah that was aided by the penalties is one that I know the Leake coaches are really unhappy about, getting those penalties deep in Copiah territory. They had them pinned back inside the 20, had stopped them on a 3rd down, and had a 15-yard penalty that kept the drive going, gave them a fresh set of downs.
Well, and I don't have individual stats, but it's been all the usual suspects there for the Rebels. Cannon Parks with the lion's share of the carries for the Rebels, and then between him and Rhett Atkinson, and then the only other carry I believe was 1 carry by Riley Myers.
Yes.
Other than that, it's been Atkinson and Parks.
So Whit Welch has been needed on the defensive side of the ball with Ethan Dunn, who's been in on a few plays, but he's not been. I'm going to infer from all this he's not at 100%, so he's not been playing a lot of snaps, but he's seen limited action. It's been Whit Welch primarily out there, and Dylan Jones was limping off the field on special teams a couple of times. So it has been Whit, who's usually the backup at running back, but the Rebels need him on the defensive side of the ball in this first half.
Yeah, and they've been using Riley Myers on sort of that, what you call the little
push pass.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. They did it to him, and then one more, I believe, went to, was it Freening? No, not Freening. It was Levi Brown.
Yeah, Levi Brown.
Brown got 37 yards on one of those little push passes.
Yeah, the scoring in this first half has been alternating completely. L.A. scores, then Copiah scores. L.A. scores, then Copiah scores. Let's take – well, in fact, we'll do this. We'll go ahead and take a look at Gilbert's keys to the first half, keys to the ball game, and kind of assess what's happened so far, because I think we're going to see, no surprise, Gilbert knows some things about football.
probably forgot more than I'll ever know.
Yeah, that man knows a lot about football, and I thought about those keys to the game a couple of times during the second quarter of the ball game. Gilbert mentioned John David Weed. Got to tackle him. You got to tackle him at first time, and in the second quarter, the Rebels weren't doing that consistently. Yards after contact for both Albright and for Weed have been significant. And so the Rebels have got to clean up the tackling in the first half. As we've seen, Albright's not going to just beat you through the air, but he's made a couple of critical passes through 15-yard touchdown pass on down in the final minute of the first half to give Copiah the lead going into the locker room. Gilbert also said we've got to shut down the first down running plays and keep them behind the sticks. I think if we look back through the drive chart, Breck, we'd see that taking place when the Rebels have kept them behind on first down. Things have gone well. And when they've given up big first down yardage, well, it hadn't been so good. And one thing I've seen in the first half that we haven't been able to take advantage of with a lot of consistency has been the way that Copiah has been loading the box. Gilbert mentioned that. And there were some times late in the second quarter where they basically had no safeties back there. And they were daring Atkinson and the receivers to beat them.
Yeah.
And they made a couple of good plays on some passes. But the Rebels, it's just like you expect in late-season playoff games, little things are going to make the difference in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. And as you said, they've done a decent job of corralling Weed. He doesn't have that many yards. I have him, let's see, I had him with about 50 yards. Considering he got 337 last week, that's a pretty good stop for people, or the Rebels that are stopping him. Other than that, it's just been, the quarterback Albright with the one big play. That's really where the Rebels are having to. It's pick your poison right there. It's the read option. Somebody has to key off on the quarterback, and then if Albright makes the right read, which he's done a lot tonight, he'll just keep it himself. So it's it's a difficult defense or offense to defend, and then especially when they run that weird look that you've never seen before with an offensive line and then a miniature offensive line right behind them.
5, then 3, and then the single back behind taking the snap. That's Weed, and they just trying to get more hats at the point of attack than the defense does, and they were successful on that long drive using that formation. The Colonels are out on the field stretching over to our left. The Rebels have just come out of the locker room. We've got some time added on. We're going to take one more break as we wrap up the Wendy's halftime report. Breck and I are going to need to run a fan up here. It smells like Kingsford lighter fluid in the worst way up here. I feel it in the back of my throat. Those feature twirlers who entertained us now are slowly poisoning the crowd here at Taggart Field. With
some ash coming in there.
Those fumes are heavy in the air, but it'll clear off. But 20-15 is our score. Copiah 20 and Leake Academy 15. We'll take one final break. When we come back, we will start the third quarter of tonight's MAIS 5A semifinal game as Leake Academy football continues.
Sometimes life gets a little rough, and when it does, Performance Therapy is focused on highly individualized care. Owner Dan Young says no two people respond the same way to any form of treatment or intervention. No injury is the same, and no single treatment works across the board. Their therapists help people regain their physical function and mobility. Whether you're recovering from a sports injury, stroke, orthopedic surgery, or you're suffering from chronic neck or back pain, they can help. Performance Therapy. Philadelphia, Carthage, Canton, Brandon, Gluckstadt, McGee, Florence, Raymond, Pelahatchie, and Wiggins.
Achoo! Achoo! Bless you, Mama. Thank you. Mama, you know that yummy medicine Moore's Pharmacy made for me? I bet they can make you some too.
Well, let me just give them a call.
Moore's Pharmacy is your specialty pharmacy for compounding and compliance packaging. This makes it easier if you take several prescriptions. And be sure to download their RX Local app. This will make your wait time even shorter, if you can believe that. Moore's Pharmacy, your only local independent pharmacy in Carthage, Walnut Grove, Sebastopol, and Lena.
Boswell Media Sports.
That will wrap up the Wendy's halftime report for tonight. Philip Palmertree and Breck Riley with you at Taggart Field. Thanks for listening tonight on Cruising 98.3 WKOZ. You've heard 12 straight days of Christmas music, and we'll give you a little bit of a pause, but
3 hours of football.
When we're done, there will be
right back to Bing Crosby
and Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey.
Yes. But we appreciate you listening on Cruising 98news.com. There's an audio stream available there. When you click on the Listen Live tab on the right-hand side of the screen, you can use the Cruising 98 mobile app. That's free for your mobile device. And you can listen to archives of Leake Academy broadcast on the app. And then, of course, we've got the high-quality video, the QC Supply audio stream, bringing you high-quality audio at the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel. You'll see just a static image there, but no video because of the price gouging of high charges that MAIS puts on there because they don't want you to watch this ball game.
No, they want you to watch it, but they want you to come here.
Yeah.
So they can take their cut.
Exactly. It is. That's
they
exactly what it is.
Here so they can take their cut of the money.
As I said in last week's game, it's like the old blackout rules in professional sports where they don't let people close by watch. But
I don't want to talk.
So we apologize to a lot of grandmothers and granddaddies, and that's what I try to explain to some of these higher-ups at MAIS, that the people you're keeping from watching the game are grandmothers and granddaddies and people who are far away, people who are in military service in different parts of the country and the world who are trying to keep up, and they're okay with that.
I don't want to quote Pink Floyd's Money, but probably get in trouble if I quoted Pink Floyd's Money, but you get the point.
Yes. Let's get the third quarter underway. Kenny James Grill is the presenter of the third quarter. The Rebels will kick off north to south, left to right. Cole Arthur will kick it. Copiah leads 20-15 as we start the second half. Rebels down 5 points. They've not trailed much through this season. They trailed a little bit early against St. Joe. Trailed some against Jackson Academy early in the season. It hadn't been many times the Rebels have been behind. Arthur swings the leg, puts it deep, and once again puts it in the end zone. Touchback. Colonels will take over at the 20, leading by 5. Halftime score from the other semifinal game. Heritage leads Oak Forest 20-7 at halftime. The winner of this game gets the winner of that game in Jackson for the 5A state championship next week.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock is the kickoff. Rebels look like they're going to be in a 3-4 line alignment. They've got Welch, Dunn, Gamillion, and Marble at linebacker, and the two Scotts at defensive end and Jared Sims at nose guard. We start the second half. It's going to be a pistol formation with 4 wide outs. And handoff goes to Weed. He breaks it to the outside. He's going to get hit behind the line of scrimmage and then get pushed sideways into the near sideline, out of bounds, right at the 20. No gain. Good pursuit by the Rebels.
Yeah, good job. Good job there by the Rebels. It was someone, I don't know if it was Scott, somebody came up and couldn't make the tackle, but slowed him down enough that the rest of the red jerseys could corral against him.
Yeah, Watkins and Myers finished him off, but Gunnar Scott, Cade Marble were instrumental in stringing that one out along the side. They give him about half a yard. Second down, same formation. This time up the middle goes Albright, and he gets tripped as he hits the line of scrimmage, falls forward to about the 23. He picks up about 2.5. All just past the 23. Give Jared Sims the credit for the tackle. So 3rd and 7 for the Colonels. Again, same formation. 3 split to the wide side. That's to the right, 1 to the left. Somebody took off early, no penalty flag. And keeping it, but going nowhere. Joseph Scott hit him hard from behind.
Yeah, I agree with you that someone moved early.
That was Weed.
Yeah, and I think it might have thrown off the play there because it looked like it was going to be maybe a bootleg rollout and pass, but then Albright just took off running.
But, hey, we take the result to the play. We like that better. That's 3 and out for the Rebel defense to start the third quarter. Gotta like that. Jake Brown back at his own 45. Awaiting the punt from John David Weed. Weed stands at the 15. Rebels will set up for, and he shanked it off to the right side. It'll hit at the 35 and bounce up along the hash to the 40, and it'll be down at the 42. So a very short punt sets the Rebels up beautifully with their first possession in this third quarter.
I want to go ahead and give praise to Gavin White on that play because as soon as he heard whatever their fire, snake, whatever it was, White just turns and runs straight to the sideline, runs straight into the Copiah sideline there and starts hanging out with the coaches. He was like, it's not going to hit off the back of my leg.
Ball to 42. 2 wide receivers side. Cannon Parks, the running back. Atkinson wanting some signal from the sideline as far as alignment goes. They've got 10 on the play clock. So he'll set up in a shotgun with Parks at his right hip. First down. Atkinson sets to throw. Looks over the middle. Fires it. Going to be overthrown and nearly intercepted at the 10-yard line, just off the hands. He wanted Levi Brown. But DB back there and doing a good job in coverage. I think that was Grayer.
Yeah, that one hit him in the hands. I mean, that was almost a disaster for the Rebels.
2nd and 10 for LA. Trailing 20-15, 10:20 to go, third quarter. Third quarter presented by Kenny James Grill. Appreciate folks at Kenny James Grill listening, watching. Push pass coming around the right side is Levi Brown looking for a place to turn, gets some positive yardage, then slips. In fact, he didn't get more than about half a yard before everything kind of went wrong with that play. Again, Murray, who has been all over the field tonight, making the tackle.
That was a good lateral pursuit there for the Colonels.
A whole lot of lateral movement, but not much forward movement. In fact, it's 3rd and 10. No gain on the play.
Not often that you complete a pass for no gain.
Brown split wide left. Myers and Marble in the slot. Atkinson will throw the screen pass to Myers. He gets hit at the line of scrimmage, and some more Colonels get there. As he can't get loose, he'll get up to the 40, and that's it. It'll bring up 4th down and 8.
The time it was the drum major that came up. Paxton Gora came up and didn't tackle, but held him by the foot until some of the other Colonels could come around and get to him.
Time is called on the field for an injured Rebel. Again, far side near the numbers. Can't immediately see who it is, but somebody's up on their hands and knees. It's Riley Myers, and he's hopping on just his left leg, coming off the field quickly. But that right leg not making contact with the ground. We'll keep an eye on that. The Rebels will face 4th and 8. Cole Arthur and the punt team will come off the sideline, and they'll try to pin the Colonels deep. Arthur has punted, I believe, once tonight. Twice, thank you, Breck.
Both teams punted twice in the first half.
High snap, pulled down. He drops the nose of the football, angles it right side. It'll hit along the 15 and just die right there at about the 17-yard line, and that's where Leake Academy will down it. With 8:55 to go third quarter, Copiah leads 20-15.
Well, the Colonels didn't even send anybody back on that one.
So each team has had the ball in this second half. Each has punted the ball. In fact, nobody's picked up a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 18-yard line, left hash. Right, be in the pistol. They'll have a couple of H-backs set to the right side this time. And they'll run Weed in that direction. He'll get up into the second level, now out in the open, 40, 50. He is turning on the jets. He's off to the races. He has just gone 82 yards for a touchdown for Copiah Academy. No flags on the field. He broke out to the second level, Breck, and there wasn't anybody left out there to tackle him.
Only person that could have tackled him was the umpire. A little over pursuit there from the Rebels.
85 yards.
So now a 2-score lead for Copiah. See how they want to play it here, if they want to kick or chase points. And they're going to
imagine you'd go for two.
Yeah, well, I see now Hollingsworth, the kicker, standing around near the numbers, and I think that's kind of a design thing to kind of fool the defense.
You might go for two to get up by 13.
And now Hollingsworth will kind of end the charade, and he'll run out on. They're
not going to have time.
3, 2, 1. They'll have to take a delay of game or call timeout. They'll take the penalty. That's something I have never seen before. And it kind of takes some of the air out of the balloon, at least in the short run, off an 82-yard touchdown run. But it's 26-15, Copiah. Now they're going to look to add one on, move it back 5 yards, and Hollingsworth will presumably kick it. So the big play, Copiah Colonels taking the lead. Kick is up, away. Flag comes in late, but it is good. We'll confirm the penalty before we send you away. Penalty will probably be assessed on the kickoff. And it was thrown from the back judge. And we'll see. It looks like it's going to be against the Rebels. We'll clean it up all up for you when we come back. 8:40 to go, and the visitors lead at 27-15. We'll be back in 60 seconds on Boswell Media Sports.
West Side Body Shop says, let's face it, stuff happens. And when it does, they can take care of damage as small as a chip in your windshield all the way up to full collision services. Insurance claims are always welcome too. Just be sure your first stop is West Side Body Shop in Philadelphia. They also specialize in truck accessories, including toolboxes, visors, Nerf bars, and winches. They make your ride look cool. West Side Body Shop, just off Beacon Street on Waterview Lane, right behind the Huddle House in Philadelphia.
T&K Farms Wood-Mizer is Mississippi's Wood-Mizer sawmill equipment dealership. T&K Farms Wood-Mizer sells the complete Wood-Mizer equipment line from small personal sawmills to the industrial equipment lineup. T&K Farms stocks parts and has experienced factory-trained service technicians with both in-shop and mobile service available. See T&K Farms Wood-Mizer to start your sawmill business today. Credit cards are accepted for all services. Like them on Facebook. T&K Farms Wood-Mizer, just off Highway 25 at 1128 Liberty Road, Louisville, 662-803-4332.
Wendy's only makes one kind of breakfast.
Here's the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff after the touchdown by Copiah Academy. 27-15 our score, 8:40 to go. Rebels will have the ball at the 20 after the touchback. There was a 15-yard roughing the kicker penalty assessed against the Rebels on the extra point. So the kickoff was from the Leake 45. And LA will take over at their own 20, trailing by 12.
Yep, another one of those have to get some kind of points right here if you're the Rebels.
And it was 82 yards on the ground. John David Weed going off the left side for the big score. Touchdown tonight. Canna Parks on first down, gets 5 as he goes up the middle, then cuts to the right side, and it gets knocked down right at the 25. 2nd and 5 for the Rebels.
Update from Columbus. Oak Forest now leads Heritage 21-20.
So the two higher-seeded teams are leading in the third quarter in these semifinal games. 2nd and 5. Atkinson will fake the handoff. Drop back to throw. Over the middle has Aiden Watkins to the 40. Hit once, twice, and stumbles forward to about the 48, and he goes down. That's a big gain. 23 yards there, and a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down. Put it at the 48.
Yeah, it was a good play. Good pass there. Just opened up. Good route by Watkins.
And I tell you, Aiden Watkins, to be that big and to be that effective a blocker, has tremendous soft hands.
Soft hands for a big guy.
Quick snap. Atkinson right side gets into Copiah territory, lowers his head, and is pushed down at about the 47. He picks up 5 on first down. So the Rebels on the move here in this third quarter, presented by Kenny James Grill. The Rebels need to move the ball. Well, right about in the middle of the field, just past the LA logo painted in the middle of Thagard Field. 2 wide receivers in the formation. Levi Brown wide left, Riley Myers wide right. Watkins and White on the right side of the line. They'll go on play action. Atkinson with time, throws it deep into double coverage, and the ball's incomplete. Myers got a hand on it, but there were a couple of DBs back there. Joseph Granger and Tanner Hollingsworth did a good job covering it. Excuse me, no, that was Hall and Hollingsworth.
Good news about that is Riley Myers is back out on the field. Yeah, Riley Myers back out on the field.
So 3rd and 5. Rebels need to get it to the 42 for a first down. Put 3 wide receivers. Charlie Brantley as a slot receiver on the right. And they'll do a little delayed handoff. Parks hit once, stays on his feet, but he won't get far past the line of scrimmage, maybe just a yard, and that is it.
If that.
And again, Julius Murray, has been a wrecking machine out there. Line of scrimmage marked at the 46, and the Rebels will face 4th and 4. Clock under 6.5 minutes to play first quarter. Copiah 27, Leake 15, the score.
Rebels going to leave the offense out there, it looks like.
12 on the play clock.
Going to talk about it.
And now they'll talk about it. Timeout will take it with them. Rebels down by 12, back in 60 on Boswell Media Sports.
Dr. Brooke Bobo and his professional team at Carthage Veterinary Clinic appreciate their patients. They treat all animals, large and small, and handle them with top care. Not only do they provide for your sick animals, they groom and board as well. Open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 7:30 to 5:30. Wednesdays and Saturdays, 7:30 till noon. Like them on Facebook. Carthage Veterinary Clinic, Highway 16, Carthage.
You bought lumber and you're ready to start digging post holes for that new fence, but not so fast. Do you know where your underground utilities are located? Central Electric Power Association urges you to call 811 for a free marking of underground electric lines and other utilities. Making the call before you dig can prevent a serious or fatal injury, plus it's the law in Mississippi. And please work safely around power lines. Central Electric Power Association, serving you since 1937. This institution is an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Boswell Media Sports.
Leake Academy facing 4th and 4 from the Copiah 46, trailing 27-15. Offense out there, wide receiver to each side. Watkins the back on the right side. Rebels under 10 in the play clock as Atkinson gets everybody set. Now calls for the snap. Will throw it quickly, right side. Got Riley Myers there, but the ball bounces off his shirt, off his chest, and incomplete at the 35. It'll go over on downs to Copiah. That ball was right on the money, Breck Riley.
Yeah, and it was a really, really hard thrown ball. I mean, right off the hands of Myers. It's one of those that, Myers probably catches 9 out of 10 times.
Copiah takes over at the 46 with 6:10 to play third quarter. They'll line up in that pistol set and put 2 H-backs on the right side. Ball will go to Weed right side, but the Rebels stand him up. He squirts forward, falls up to the 47, picks up just 1. Riley Myers was in there along with Ethan Dunn making the tackle. 2nd and 9.
Sims, Joseph Scott, and Ethan Dunn making a stop there for the
gain of just 1 on the play. Albright looks into the far sideline. Copiah leads by 12, and you don't want to be too dramatic. The Rebels need to stop here.
Yep. Don't
need to give up another 7, that's for sure. 2nd and 9. Pistol set, keeper, and Whit Welch gets him in the backfield. He gets away, but the Rebels' pursuit gets there, and they will gang tackle him for a loss at the 44-yard line, loss of 3. And that's a swarming defensive play there by the Rebel D.
Yeah, Welch came through and hit him and had him by the jersey, but not able to bring him down, but just slow him down enough that enough red jerseys came by and pushed him back for a loss.
Sims and Gamillion finished him off. 3rd and 12 for Copiah. Big possession play for the Leake defense. Let's get them off the field here. Clock winds under 4:36. Clock ticking. 4 wideouts in the formation. Running back left early again. No flag. Keeper around the right side. He stays on his feet inbounds to the 30, to the 20. Sidesteps a defender and gets pulled down inside the 20. And there's a flag down at the point of the tackle. There's a Rebel down back at the 40. And what a job by the quarterback, Albright, to stay on his feet. It looked like he should have been ridden down after a gain of about 5 or 6.
Yeah, it was on that far side. Thought that he might have got pushed out of bounds. Copiah seems to think this flag is going to go against the Rebels.
Either a horse collar or a face mask, and the officials are standing around the 22, talking, pointing. What a third down conversion for Copiah. And I don't understand how Weed gets permission to leave half a beat early.
Yeah, he's moving every time.
Face mask against the Rebels now declined. Personal foul face mask against the Rebels going to be accepted. So 2 face masks on the play. They're 5 and a 15. And that'll be half the distance. Put the ball inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal, Colonels.
Okay, I got it now. He dropped the flag back here.
Gotcha.
So there must have been a face mask in the back. That was a 5-yard variety. And then one, because there was the only flag I saw was at the end of the run. I'm like, the same player can't get a 15-yard and a 5-yard face mask. So, yeah, the head official had thrown one behind the play.
So it looks like the ball's at the 8-yard line. 1st and goal, Copiah with 4:12 to go and clock draining. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Pistol set. And the handoff to Weed. He gets hit, stays on his feet, plows inside the 5, down at the 1. Gain of 7 on the play. Cade Marble and Bryce Watkins get up out of the pile, making the tackle. 2nd and 1. And the Colonels come to the line quickly. 2nd and goal from the Leake 1. Burring straight ahead, but stopped short of the goal line is Albright. Rebels stacked that one up. He may have lost a little bit on that play. Rebels will run Gavin White into the game. Put him in the middle of that line. Bring Jared Sims out. So 3rd down and goal from just outside the 1. We'll still call it the 1. Copiah stares into the far sideline. They lead it by 12 and threatening to go up 3 scores. Big play Rebels needed here from the shotgun. Keeper, Weed, hit by Gamillion, but he gets across the goal line. Touchdown, Copiah. And they'll go up 33-15 with the extra point pending.
Yeah, I thought that they were going to be able to corral him right there at the goal line, but Weed able to hash out just 1 more yard.
So Hollingsworth will come out to attempt the extra point. Swinging gate moves from left to the middle of the field. Copiah will be ready, presumed, to kick it. They're already up 3 scores now on the Rebel. Point after attempt is up and away, and it looks like he missed it off to the right. 2 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Copiah pulling away, leading 33-15. Rebels need to answer. We'll be back in 60 seconds as Rebel football continues.
Dr. Brooke Bobo and his professional team at Carthage Veterinary Clinic appreciate their patients. They treat all animals, large and small, and handle them with top care. Not only do they provide for your sick animals, they groom and board as well. Open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 7:30 to 5:30. Wednesdays and Saturdays, 7:30 till noon. Like them on Facebook. Carthage Veterinary Clinic, Highway 16, Carthage.
You bought lumber and you're ready to start digging post holes for that new fence, but not so fast. Do you know where your underground utilities are located? Central Electric Power Association urges you to call 811 for a free marking of underground electric lines and other utilities. Making the call before you dig can prevent a serious or fatal injury, plus it's the law in Mississippi. And please work safely around power lines. Central Electric Power Association, serving you since 1937. This institution is an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Sports.
Levi Brown will fumble the kickoff return of the 1, pick it up, come to the near side around the 10, stay on his feet, and get near the 20 before he's wrapped up. And there's still some hitting going on, and now a late hit from one of the Rebels. That can't be good. That's just losing your cool out there.
It looks like it's going to be it depends on who they throw it on.
Yeah, will they give one on each side maybe? The play came to the near side. We couldn't see. He had Levi Brown stood up along the near side, and a lot of, pushing and positioning going on. The Rebels will be charged with.
It's the old retaliation play.
The Rebels will get the penalty.
Yeah, it's the retaliation.
The Rebels have not had good composure on those kinds of plays tonight, Breck.
Yeah, well, like I said, it's the guy that responds to it, because there was one of the colonels that kind of got there, pushing and shoving after the play, and it's always the guy that responds, the second guy, and that's sort of what happened there against that goes against Leake.
And being down 18 points tends to aggravate that. The new line of scrimmage will be the 9-yard line on the near side. Rebels moving left to right. Atkinson will look left, pump, throw deep left side, has Levi Brown, but it's just out of his reach at the 45. Rebels had that one probably for 6 if they could have made the connection.
Yeah, and that's something you can exploit right there, because Grayer is coming up a little gimpy on that side. So that was man coverage out there, and you could tell Grayer, he just couldn't keep up with Brown.
2nd and 10 from the 9. Just a near miss. And the Rebels can't afford many more near misses. They've got to make some connections on blocks and on passes and on tackles. 2nd and 10, 4 wide outs in the formation. Atkinson stands at the goal line, throws over the middle. Pulled down by Aiden Watkins. He stays on his feet up the middle, 30, 35. Ball tripped up, or ball came out. He fell on it right at the 37-yard line. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down. Great job by Aiden Watkins to climb the ladder.
Yeah, he had to go up and get that one and continue to be impressed with.
Rebels at the 38. They'll get their receivers repositioned. They'll put Watkins as a tight end on the left side, move Jake Brown in the slot left. Riley Myers slot left. Levi Brown near side wide. He'll look in that direction, pump, throw deep right side into double coverage, and the ball's incomplete. Colonels had that one well defended. That one hung up just a little bit longer than I think Atkinson wanted at about the 35. 2nd and 10. Hollingsworth and Hall defending. .148 to play third quarter. Rebels down 33-15. Got to think this is a must-score kind of drive.
Yeah.
2x2 wide receivers. Atkinson will again set to throw under pressure. Throws it, wobbles over the middle, and grabbing Aiden Watkins is Hollingsworth. Grabbed him around the shoulders as the pass came in. That'll be a pass interference penalty. Good call by the officials.
Yeah, that one's pretty obvious.
Hollingsworth gives up about, I'd say, 6 or 8 inches on Watkins in height. And he just leaped up, grabbed him around the shoulders, just past midfield. Well, that'll move it forward 15 yards, and that'll be a penalty-aided Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down.
Should put it down around the 48. Yeah, 48, 47-yard line.
Ball in Copiah territory. Rebels will have an H-back set to the right. Handoff, Cannon Parks breaks loose from one defender, bangs ahead across the 45 to the 44 for a pickup of 4 on the play.
Yeah, a little issue there on the exchange between Atkinson and Parks, but Parks able to do a good job just to get something.
Yeah, they were kind of juggling the ball between them, and Parks had to sort of twist his body back a little bit just to snatch the ball away as the handoff was not clean. 2nd and a long 6. Fake it, keep it. Atkinson left side. He's hit hard at the line of scrimmage. And again, guess who? Julius Murray.
Yeah, he might have actually lost about half a yard.
Yeah, it looks like they're marking him at the 45, so that is a loss of 1. But Welch will come into the ball game for Cannon Parks. Rebels facing now 3rd and about 7.5, 8 yards from the enemy 45. Clock winds under 40 seconds to play third quarter. Welch takes a handoff, going to throw it back, but covered there is Atkinson, but he gets free and makes the catch going out at the 35. What a job by Atkinson. He had to kind of stop and use his body to create a little space just as the ball came in, and he went down right after making the catch. That's a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down.
Yeah, it's a pretty good coverage there. I saw the play. I saw Atkinson running out, and I was like, well, he's covered. That's the play.
Jenkins had him. Jenkins was with him man for man there. Fresh set of downs at the 35. We go under 10 seconds to play in the quarter. Atkinson pumps, throws right sideline, one-on-one. Riley Myers there, and the ball goes through his hands, incomplete. Good coverage there from Rory Hall. And that looks like it's the last play of the fourth quarter. Indeed it is. So we'll put 12 more minutes on the clock. The Rebels have a lot of ground to make up, trailing Copiah 33-15 after 3. Back with the start of the fourth quarter after this as Leake Academy football continues.
Wendy's only makes one kind of breakfast, your new favorite one. How do we do it? With fresh cracked eggs, oven-baked bacon, and flaky croissants. You know, the things your old breakfast wasn't doing. So toss that old news and its soggy eggs somewhere useful. And get to Wendy's, where the sausage, egg, and Swiss croissant, bacon, egg, and Swiss croissant, and honey butter chicken biscuit are just 2 for $4. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's 2 for $4.
Limited time only. Single item at regular price. Price and participation may vary at U.S. Wendy's.
He's headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Leake Academy.
The Junction and Prince Oil Fuel Champions. As you travel to the game, shop and fuel with people who are invested in your community. 60 years of fueling Central Mississippi and champions like Leake Academy. Locations are all over Mississippi: Carthage, Philadelphia, Oxford, Ridgeland, Scuba, Louisville, Newton, and Union. They also do catering.
So be sure to put some Junction in your next function.
It's the Junction and Prince Oil.
Boswell Media Sports.
Here we go. We start the fourth quarter, and the Rebels have to mount a comeback for the ages. Trailing 33-15 to fourth-seeded Copiah in this 5A final game. Winner goes to the state championship game next Friday afternoon in Jackson against the Heritage Oak Forest winner. Rebels with a 2nd and 10 from the 35. Atkinson will step back to throw, puts it up deep, going to miss Brown, and the ball was nearly intercepted by Paxton Cora back there near the goal line. They were going deep up the left hash, and the ball and the receiver went in different places.
Yeah, had to be some miscommunication there between Atkinson and his receiver.
3rd and 10 for Leake. Atkinson gets the signal from the sidelines. Jake Brown and Riley Myers will be in the slot to the right, and Brown split wide that direction. It is Atkinson across the across the 30, 25, and he's tripped up but picks up the first down near the 22, 23-yard line. Atkinson didn't like a little shove he felt he got from behind late after the play was made, but the officials come in and break things up. They'll set it at the 22. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down as we start the fourth quarter, presented by Westside Body Shop.
14 yards on the pickup there for Atkinson.
Segrist made the tackle. Fresh set of 2 H-backs in the formation. Atkinson will throw. He's under pressure. It's hit. The ball comes loose. Recovered by Copiah, but the official on the near side comes in and says incomplete pass. Yeah, but all the officials say that Atkinson was throwing the ball, but the rusher off the end on the right side of the Rebel line just reached out and hit his arm or hand as he started to throw it.
The Colonels better be happy because Aiden Watkins was wide open on the little, I guess you want to call it a seam route out there. Nobody near him.
2nd and 10 from the Copiah 22. 11-17 to play. 2 H-backs, 1 on each side. Parks set on the left hip of Atkinson. Now they'll move Aiden White over to the right next to Watkins. Hand it off in that direction. Parks following the blocks. Won't get a lot. He'll get maybe a step past the 20-yard line for a pickup of 2. If he got to the 19, it would be 3. Now let's say he went down at the 20. 3rd and 8.
So he thought they were setting up a halfback pass right there with the way You know, you had the blockers in front of him, and the way Parks didn't really look like he might pull up and try to throw it on that one.
Leake has already completed a halfback throwback pass for a first down the second half. There's a throw on third down to Meyer. Screen at the tackle, puts him down at the 10. But the Rebels will get the first down. They got 10 on that 3rd and 8 play, and we'll move the sticks. First and goal, Rebels. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic, first down.
Rebels have had some success on those little wide receiver screens tonight.
Setting up on the left hash, moving right to left. The Rebels in red jerseys, white pants. Needing to punch it in. Atkinson will throw it, slant pattern. Watkins, did he get it? Yes, he did. He got it in the back of the end zone. That's 6 for the Rebels. Great catch.
Diving catch by Watkins.
Leake Academy touchdowns presented by Four Corners Steakhouse, and boy, did the Rebels need that one.
Wow.
Makes it 33-21. Rebels will keep the offense out there and try to go for 2. Make it a 10-point game. The lineup on the left hash, 4 wideouts. Atkinson wants to put it in the air. Will throw it and throw it incomplete left side over toward the corner. Looks like the ball may have been knocked down. So the 10 minutes, 9 seconds to play. Leake Academy has narrowed the deficit. 33-21, Copiah leads. We'll be back in 60 on Boswell Media Sports.
Wendy's only makes one kind of breakfast, your new favorite one. How do we do it? With fresh cracked eggs, oven-baked bacon, and flaky croissants. You know, the things your old breakfast wasn't doing. So toss that old news and its soggy eggs somewhere useful. And get to Wendy's, where the sausage, egg, and Swiss croissant, bacon, egg, and Swiss croissant, and honey butter chicken biscuit are just 2 for $4. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's 2 for $4.
Limited time only. Single item at regular price. Price and participation may vary at U.S. Wendy's.
He's headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Leake Academy.
The Junction and Prince Oil Fuel Champions. As you travel to the game, shop and fuel with people who are invested in your community. 60 years of fueling Central Mississippi and champions like Leake Academy. Locations are all over Mississippi: Carthage, Philadelphia, Oxford, Ridgeland, Scuba, Louisville, Newton, and Union. They also do catering.
So be sure to put some junction in your next function.
It's the Junction and Prince Oil.
Boswell Media Sports.
Here's the Morris Pharmacy kickoff after the Rebel touchdown that's made it 33-21. Cole Arthur puts it in the air and will put it in the end zone. About 9.5 yards deep, center of the field.
Yeah, almost split the uprights.
So Copiah will start at the 20. They have hit some big plays tonight. But the Rebels got a very important answer after Copiah had scored the last 3 touchdowns of the ball game. 10:09 to go. Copiah 33, Leake 21.
If you want to know the plays that Copiah has run in the third quarter, 138 yards on 10 plays. 83 on one, 46 on the other. The other plays went for a combined 11 yards.
The LA defense got to stand tall here. Handoff, Weed, left side. He's got big yardage outside the numbers. Left side, 35, stiff arms a man, 40, and he's shoved out of bounds. I tell you, they are good at getting to that corner and getting some grass out there.
20 yards on the pickup.
Bryce Watkins and Jackson Freeney on the stop after Weed.
Freeney and Watkins made the stop, and as Breck said, 20-yard gain on first down to the 40. Exactly 10 minutes to go. So they'll come to the line with wide receivers split to each side. 2 H-backs on the right. Pistol set. Weed again leaning, taking off early, but no flag. Albright keeps it left side. He's pushing forward 5 yards, gets 10, and they just don't go down on first contact. Look like they got 10, maybe 11 on first down.
I think we'll give them 11 across to the 49.
But the rules about staying still before the snap don't apply to number 28.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether they're not seeing right there. He is definitely leaning forward.
If he was a wide receiver doing that, surely they would flag what he's done tonight. But 1st and 10 at the Rebel 49. Back-to-back first downs on 2 plays. Move the H-backs to the left. Low snap. Albright keeping it right side. Gets loose. 45 to the edge. Outside the numbers 40. Stiff arms. Whit Welch drags him out at the 35. And they rip off another big run down to the 34. Give him 15 yards and another first down.
Yeah, that time you thought that the low snap was going to throw off the timing, but Albright able to keep it going.
The Colonels just getting yards in chunks here in the middle of the fourth quarter at the time when the Rebels need to be stopping it. 3-man front for LA. They'll bring it to the line, same formation, put the 2H. And again, the handoff goes to Weed, a right tackle, and he leans forward to the 30 where he goes down. Got a little bit of that early start again. I think it was Gamillion making the tackle. Maybe Joseph Scott as well. Joseph Piles, teammates pull him back on the right side of the line of scrimmage.
Gain of 4.
Second down, 6, ball right at the 30 on the right hash. 8:48, clock ticking. So they come to the line, pistol set, move the H-backs to the left. Keeper Albright gets through. There's some over pursuit there by the Rebels. He gets tripped up at the 27 after a 3-yard gain. Gamillion and Watkins on the tackle. So, well, they mark him at the 27. He's about 3 yards short of the first down. 3rd and 3. And they'll look, try to convert another 3rd down. Rebel defense needs to get a push right here and a stop. Albright will look at that play clock. Hard count, work it down, drain 5 more seconds. And now Coach Billy Hankins will call timeout. We'll keep it right here, 7:47 to go. Leake trails 33-21, and Copiah on the move again after the Rebel score.
Yeah, just chunk plays here from the Colonels. 20 yards, 11 yards, 15 yards.
But if you could hold them to less than 3.5 here, feel a lot better, force them into 4th down. And it has been a combination, Copiah big plays and Rebel penalties.
Penalties, yep.
Particularly after the whistle kind of penalties.
The 15-yard varieties.
The 15-yard penalties.
You can't overcome many of those.
So now we'll come to the line. Copiah moving left to right at the 27. Same formation. Now they'll put the snap back to Weed. He'll keep it himself, and he's hit by Gunnar Scott behind the line of scrimmage and goes down at the 28 for a loss of 1.
Great play by Scott.
That's what the Rebels needed. Make it 4th and 4. You'd have to think they'd go for it here. Probably too far to kick. Offense staying out there, under 7.5 minutes to go. Both teams, I believe, have 2 timeouts to use. 16-15. And Copiah is just standing at the line. Now they'll come over the ball with 10. I move. They want to do a little jump pass, and he's tripped up behind the line of scrimmage, sacked by Cade Marble. And Weed kicked at Marble. And
he's yelling at the ref.
Yeah, and yelling at the ref like like he has suffered some injustice in being tackled by the line of scrimmage. But they were going to fake that run up the middle and throw it over the top, weren't they?
The old jump pass there.
Ball turns over on downs to the Rebels at the 34-yard line with 7:05 to go. To the left. Jake Brown in the slot on the right. Riley Myers split wide. Right side, go out into the pattern. Quick release from Atkinson. He's got Aiden Watkins at the 50. He's got it and Tackled at the 47 by Cora. That's a big pass completion and a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down for Leake. 19 yards on the play. Rebels have it at the right hash, 6:41. The clock ticks. 2 wide out, split to each side as Aiden Watkins goes into the slot on the right. Rebels at the line. Atkinson's going to have to put it in the air here, looking left. Throw it up high into coverage. It's going to be intercepted at the 30 by Hall. He'll be wrapped up, tackled at the 20. It was intercepted at the 20. And he'll be pulled down there. And the INT will give it back to the Colonels with 6:22 to play.
Yeah, just a little underthrown. There was a receiver in the area, but not very close in the area. So I'm not sure if there was the Rebels tried to go hurry up there, so I'm not sure if there might have been some miscommunication between the quarterback and receiver.
And I wonder if maybe Atkinson kind of hurried things there. Thought somebody was going to be in that area, and turned out they weren't. Low snap taken by Weed. He gets around some tacklers left side, has the first down, and ridden down as they go out of bounds in a pile along the 35, and it was Riley Myers making the tackle. Yep. And
there's a flag going to come in late. That one is going to go against Copiah. That's going to be after the unsportsmanlike against the Colonels. Somebody got up and got in Riley Myers' face and then pointed to the scoreboard.
There's still some talking going on. It's Gunnar Scott's way too close to the Copiah huddle. But it will be a dead ball, unsportsmanlike against Copiah. Clock is stopped with 6:14 to play. So the first down was picked up, and then they'll move it back 15, right?
Yeah, it's basically just
first and 10.
They lost the yard.
Yeah.
Basically.
That's right. First and 10 now at the 19 instead of the 20.
That's basically what happened.
So they gained about 14 on that play. So we'll start it again. First and 10. 2 H-backs to the left. Keeper by Albright squirts through, splits 2 defenders, and then gets tripped up as he crosses the 20 near the 22, 23-yard line. Clock under 6 minutes to play. The Rebels have 2 timeouts in their pocket. So second down and about 7 from the 22. They're going to use as much of the play clock as they can. They won't even get over the ball till there's about 10 seconds on the play clock. Pistol set. Low nap. Keeper around the left side. He's crossed the 30, first down, stays on his feet, now fumbles, ball still loose around the 45, ball still loose, people trying to hop on it near midfield. It looks like the Rebels do the Rebels have it? No, I don't think they do. Let's see who's got it.
No signal yet. Leake Academy has it.
Rebels have it. Fumble, ball was knocked about almost 10 yards upfield as players are trying to hop on it. The ball kept squirting out. But it was Albright who couldn't hold on to the ball. He had the first down, was trying to stay on his feet along the numbers on the far side. Who got that fumble? Was it Ethan Dunn?
Couldn't see.
Was that Ethan Dunn on the recovery? Okay, we don't have it confirmed. Saw him getting a few pats on the helmet, but more importantly, it's Rebel foot 5:16 to go. Atkinson back to throw. Throws it over the middle and incomplete. Wanted Aiden Watkins at the 37-yard line. Looks like the ball may have been tipped.
Yeah, Julius Murray came through there and tipped it. But the only way you can keep Aiden Watkins from catching it tonight.
Second down, 10 for LA, trailing 33-21. Winner goes to the state championship game. Loser has got to pack it up for the season. Rebels trying to come back from an 18-point deficit. 33-21, 5:10 to play. Atkinson drops back to throw over the middle, too tall. Oh, but caught by Riley Myers at the 37. That ball was tipped, went up in the air, and just came down in the chest of Myers as he went to the ground. Crayer was covering him. That's going to make it third and very short, about half a yard short of the line to gain. And the officials call timeout. I don't know why. They're going to reset. Oh, they're going to reset which football we use. Okay. But third and inches.
I thought they might want to measure. No.
Between the 37 and 38 yard lines in Copiah territory. Two tight ends in the formation, three wide outs to the right. Atkinson will keep it right side. First down, 35, angles outside, and will just tiptoe out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. That's a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down. Stops the clock with 4 minutes, 51 seconds to go.
Yeah, smart play there by Atkinson. Just get the first down and then stop the clock.
So move the sticks down to the 32 on the right hash. Levi Brown and Jake Brown will come out to the left. Myers and Watkins will split to the right. First and 10. Pressure coming. Throw, shallow right side, way out in front of Jake Brown. And Atkinson didn't get it anywhere near his intended receiver on first down.
Yeah, I'm not so sure he didn't just throw that one away because he was being pursued off the left side of the line. So.
Yeah, I think Copiah was blitzing the middle linebacker.
Yeah.
Bringing in somebody extra. Second down and 10 for Leake. Same set, 2-by-2 receivers. Atkinson steps away from pressure, goes right side, going to keep it, got some room, 25, and run out of bounds around the 20. Murray escorted him out of bounds, but he picks up the first down. Stops the clock with 4:37 to play.
Yeah, another just smart play there by Atkinson. A good job of stepping up in the pocket and then just, extending the play and getting the yardage that he needed.
Gains 12, and that's first and 10 from the 20. Now Watkins will go in the slot on the right side and Jake Brown on the outside. Levi Brown and Myers split to the wide side of the left. Atkinson will look in that direction. Throw under pressure, and it's going to be intercepted at the goal line. Coming the other way is Hollingsworth, 20, on his feet, 30, 40, cuts to the inside, 45, 40, and he'll slide down around the 41-yard line in Rebel territory. And it's going to be hard to come back from that one. You got to get the ball back very quickly after losing that opportunity to score. Just thrown a little too deep.
Yeah, that one's overthrown a little bit. There was a receiver, I think it was Myers, that he was looking for on that slant across the middle. But that time kind of split the difference between the two Rebels, and Hollingsworth is kind of sitting back there playing center field, able to come up with it and actually get a really, really good return, more so than anything.
Ball will be at the 42. Dylan Jones runs onto the field. Myers has got to have a little time off. Whit Welch looks like he's back in there at safety. Running situation here. Handoff first down. Weed will lunge forward to the 39. Get about 3. 2.5, 3 to the 39. And the Copiah is in the clock training business. We go under 4 minutes to play. It's fourth quarter, brought to you by Westside Body Shop. Rebels have lost a golden opportunity to narrow a 2-score deficit. The crowd starting to really on the far side. They can smell a semifinal upset victory. Second down, keeper up the middle. Albright gets a couple to the 37. Gamillion popped him hard. The 37-yard line. Be third down and about 5, maybe 6. 3:15, clock ticking. They don't have to snap it until it's about 2:50 to go. in the ball game. Rebels do have 2 timeouts to use according to the scoreboard. Season hanging in the balance. Rebels bring everybody up to the line. Weed breaks through 1 tackle, 2, gets the first down to the 25. Clipped right at the 25, maybe the 24, and that's a huge first down.
Yeah, about 12 yards on that pick.
Rebel defense has not been able to get some third down stops when they needed it in the second half. 2:36, clock ticking. Play clock at 12. The Colonels come to the line of scrimmage on the left hash. Snap goes back to Weed. He's looking around the left end. Hit, wrapped up, pushed down hard at about the 22. Gets about 2 on the play, maybe 3. He comes out of there limping, does John David Weed, who has played quite a ball game last week and this week. 2 minutes exactly to play. Seconds ticking away on the Rebel season. Call it 2nd and 8 from the 22. And they're just looking into the sideline, play clock under 10. Now they'll hurry to the line and try to snap it. Snap comes back. Albright going to carry it straight ahead. He is stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. Joseph Scott gets it, makes the stop, and the Rebels call timeout with 1:25 to go in the game. Timeout Rebels with 1:25 to play. We'll take it with them. We'll be back in 60 on Boswell Media Sports.
Babe, you know you're not a spring chicken anymore.
And what's your point?
You know you'd fit in real well at QC Supply.
QC Supply already has a friendly and knowledgeable staff of professionals. Plus, they carry a variety of poultry equipment, parts for new houses, retrofits too.
See, you know all of that, but you still forgot the most important qualification.
And that would be?
You've always been a real chick magnet, and that'll make things easier on you.
How does chicks flocking to me make my life easier?
Because you can only go so fast with your walker.
QC Supply, your one-stop shop for everything poultry, located at 2633 Highway 35 South in Forest. Chick Magnet.
Boswell Media Sports.
Copiah Academy 33, Leake Academy 21, 1:25 to play. 3rd and 8 for the Colonels, trying to drain the clock. Snap will come back to Weed. He'll fake left, come right, break a tackle, get hit, stay on his feet as Jackson Freeney rides him out of bounds before, ran inside the 10. And a late flag comes in out of bounds. About 4 flags came out, all in the out of bounds area on the far side, but that's another first down, and that may well do it for the Rebels' hopes.
Yeah, there's going to be some late hits here.
Regardless of the penalty.
Yeah.
As it all happened after the play. The officials are huddled on the far side. Talk about who did what. Marshall Robertson will check into the game for Jackson Freeney. Official comes out to call personal foul against Leake, and it's going to be 1st and goal for Copiah with 1:17 to go. Rebels have just 1 timeout left.
Ball is at the 4-yard line.
Yep, 1st and goal from the 4. Stay with us when the clock hits 0. We've got the Piggly Wiggly of Carthage postgame report coming to you. But everything stops. And the celebration going on the Copiah side. And they'll just snap it and take a knee. That's all they've got to do. And the Copiah Colonels raising their hands for the home crowd and the band to celebrate. And Copiah is going to get the upset tonight and get to the state championship game. 54 seconds. They won't have to snap it again until they're about 30 left. And then that will wind up this semifinal ball game. So Copiah with 2nd and goal. From the 4. Victory formation. They'll down it, and that'll do it. Copiah has come in to Thagard Field and pulled off a huge upset, taking down number 1 Leake Academy. Final score 33-21. And the clock just 15 seconds. 0 down, and already the celebration's begun on the field. And the Rebels, Rebel defensive players, there's some hugs, but they're standing around with, of course, a great deal of heartbreak and disappointment, but also some guys on one knee. And they are going to go down in defeat. Their season will come to an end here in the 5A semifinals. Final 21. Stay with us for the postgame report, and we'll bring it to you afterwards.
Hungry for a really great steak?
Real steak eating.
How about some mouth-watering seafood?
Real seafood loving.
Then you're looking for Four Corners Steak and Seafood, formerly the Rustic Kitchen at Four Corners. Open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn presents Contenders and Pretenders, Central Mississippi's most trusted source for short and long-term loans on your valuable items is, was, and always will be Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. A contender is professional, has a vested interest in their customers, is committed to their privacy, and treating them like family. Pretenders? Well, you be the judge.
Yo, 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 give us a go. Come see us now before we're gone. We're funky, fresh fly rappers and we'll take your pawn.
And there you go. Give them a call at 601-656-8123 or stop by and visit Philadelphia Gun and Pawn in person at 910 Posey Avenue in Philadelphia. Open 6 days a week from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. while others pretend. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn tends to taking care of business for hardworking people just like you. Wiki what?
Dr. Craig Martin, family and staff are proud supporters of Leake Academy football. Good luck in this season.
Today, I will do what others won't, so tomorrow I can accomplish what others can't.
Dr. Martin and his professional staff look forward to serving you in general dentistry. Dr. Craig Martin, General Dentistry and Facial Aesthetics, 1001 East Main Street, Philadelphia.
Flu shots are now at Premier Medical Clinic in Kosciuszko and Carthage and Trace Urgent Care. An annual seasonal flu vaccine is the best way to reduce the chances that you'll get the seasonal flu and spread it to others. When more people get vaccinated against the flu, less flu can spread through our community. Protect yourself and your family from the flu. No appointment is needed for flu shots. Just walk in and they will see you shortly. Premier Medical Clinic in Kosciuszko and Carthage, and Trace Urgent Care in Kosciuszko.
Piggly Wiggly in Carthage is cheering on their Leake Rebels. When you don't have time to prepare food, they do. Give them a call and let the bakery and deli fix you up with delicious tailgate trays so you can hit the road with lots of goodies. Piggly Wiggly appreciates their hometown and wishes all players and cheerleaders a safe and successful season. If you can't make the game, Piggly Wiggly in Carthage. Go Rebels, go!
Boswell Media Sports.
Welcome to the Piggly Wiggly of Carthage postgame show. Leake Academy falls. Their season ends tonight in the 5A MAIS semifinals. 33-21. Copiah Academy gets the win over Leake in Madden tonight. Philip Palmertree and Breck Riley with you. Breck's adding up stats. And we'll go ahead and give you a few scores before we talk about the end of this ball game and wrap things up for this 2021 season. As Copiah Academy has advanced, they will move to the state championship game. They'll face the winner of Oak Forest and to you as quickly as possible. But now let's check some scores in MHSAA play 4A. One of the top teams has gone down tonight. West Lauderdale loses to Senatobia 27-22. So the Senatobia Warriors advance and upset the West Lauderdale Knights. Season over for Choctaw County. Baldwin takes them down 30-14, and they'll host Charleston next week in round 3 of the playoffs. Mendenhall gets a touchdown in the final play of the game to defeat Macomb 21-20. Picayune big over Hattiesburg 35-13. South Haven defeats Clinton 14-10 to advance to the second round of the 6A playoffs. They'll face the Hernando Starkville winner. And we'll get these MAIS scores for you. We'll look at the 6A scores and then try to get that Heritage score in for us. Last score we have on the semifinal in 6A prep, leading Hartfield 13-10 early fourth quarter. That's the last update we have there. And then the other one, MRA and JA, last update we have is still from third quarter, MRA leading Jackson Academy 24-14. And then we'll check Heritage, and Heritage playing Oak Forest. Try to get that one for you before we turn it over to Breck. And looking for the final here. Just seeing there we go. Heritage comes back. They were down 21-20, but Heritage defeats Oak Forest 28-21. So Copiah and Heritage next Friday afternoon in Jackson for the 5A state championship. Rebels not able to get the repeat. And it's hard to win. And it's hard to lose.
Extremely hard to win, and like I said, even more harder to lose when you're on that side of it, and definitely hard to make it to state championships 2 years in a row. I mean, that's something not many teams are able to do. But we will take a look at stats in the second half. The total yards for the Rebels, 148. They ran the ball 9 times for just 47 yards. They spent majority of the second half coming from behind, so having to throw it more. 7 out of 18 through the air for 101 yards. And so on the evening for the Rebels, 383 yards total. Ran the ball 35 times for 170 yards. 12 out of 31 passing for 213 yards for the Copiah Academy Colonels. They ran it 26 times in the second half. 259 yards.
Wow, so they had right at 10 yards a tote.
Yeah, that was the only thing they did. They did not attempt to pass in the second half. And so for the game total, 502 yards for Copiah Academy, 43 attempts on the ground for 478 yards.
Well, you've got to tip your cap to Copiah. They came in playing the top of their game. They played their game and struck for some big plays on the ground and managed to keep Leake on their heels really all night.
Yeah, basically, as you said, it's just the big plays. And the first play from scrimmage was an 80-yard touchdown run. And we'll look over here, a few more big plays. There was a 70-yard run by the quarterback, Albright, right before the half, which might have been the play of the game. Might have been the turning point of the game, that 70-yard run right before halftime, able to get the Colonels in position for a touchdown and a score right before the end of the half. And then you look in the third quarter. One big touchdown run for 83 yards.
Yeah, that was from John David Weed.
Yep, and then a 46-yard run from Albright. And then in the fourth quarter, big chunk plays. 20-yard run, 11-yard run, 15-yard run, 14-yard run, 20-yard run, 18-yard run. I mean, just chunk plays there for the Colonels. And the Rebels not able to figure out a way to slow down the rushing attack. And that's what it looks like when it looks for tail of the tape on the stats.
Well, that's your performance therapy reset for this Rebel loss, 33-21. It was 20-15 at halftime, and the 82-yard run from John David Weed that Breck just mentioned came at the 8:40 mark of the third quarter, and that made it 27-15. Put Copiah up 2 scores, put them up 12 after the PAT, and really from then, Leake just never kind of got back off the, where they were on the ropes the rest of the night. Yep, played catch up, as you mentioned, threw the ball a lot more than they wanted to in the second half, and certainly a good effort throwing the ball by Red Atkinson. He's certainly skilled at throwing the ball, but the name of the game for the Rebels is power run, and the team that did that better tonight ended up with a victory.
Yep, and then a couple of turnovers, a couple of interceptions there late in the ball game when, as you said, the Rebels are capable of throwing it, but that's not what they want to do. They want to run it. So their game is more running. So when you're not used to coming from behind and having to throw the ball, it's not exactly where you want to live when you're a Leake Academy Rebel football team. So a couple of turnovers there as the Rebels are trying to come back, and just a little bit too much to overcome.
Well, up next, we'll name the InSports players of the game, and we'll put a wrap on the Piggly Wiggly of Carthage postgame show as Copiah defeats Leake Academy 33-21. We'll be back with more postgame action on Boswell Media Sports.
Sometimes life gets a little rough, and when it does, Performance Therapy is focused on highly individualized care. Owner Dan Young says no two people respond the same way to any form of treatment or intervention. No injury is the same, and no single treatment works across the board. Their therapists help people regain their physical function and mobility. Whether you're recovering from a sports injury, stroke, orthopedic surgery, or you're suffering from chronic neck or back pain, they can help. Performance Therapy, Philadelphia, Carthage, Canton, Brandon, Gluckstadt, McGee, Florence, Raymond, Pelahatchie, and Wiggins.
Repairing today's vehicles requires extensive knowledge, sophisticated equipment, and a commitment to repairing it correctly. You have the right to choose Carthage Collision Center for all your auto body repairs. At Carthage Collision Center, we perform pre- and post-diagnostic scanning during a collision repair. And come see us for spray and bed liners too. You don't have to leave Carthage to get proper service and repairs. Carthage Collision Center, Highway 16, Carthage.
Byers Furniture in downtown Philadelphia can make your kitchen dreams come true in 2021. Smart refrigerators, dishwashers, ranges, and microwaves make cooking easier and more fun than ever. GE makes large washer tubs and high RPM spinouts, so doing laundry with a new GE pair is faster than ever. Whether it's your kitchen or laundry room, Byers Furniture and GE are your one-stop shop for all your appliance needs. Byers Furniture, 319 Bird Avenue in downtown Philadelphia, serving you since 1953.
Get top dollar for your timber and the least possible damage to your property with Welch Forest Products in Union. Professionals in forestry care, management, and cutting. Welch Forest Products provide final harvesting, pine plantation thinning, and site preparation and care. They buy land with or without timber. Welch Forest Products. Call Bo Welch at 601-774-8200. Welch Forest Products in Union.
Timber! If you want to get the best in sportswear and gear, check out InSports. InSports, just off the square in Philadelphia, offers screen printing with personalized jerseys, t-shirts, and fan wear to support your favorite team. InSports also has customizable vinyl gear for spring sports like baseball and softball, as well as plaques and trophies. Looking for sports equipment? InSports has that too. InSports believes in giving the best possible customer service with in-town deliveries. Get ready for this sports season with InSports, just off the square in Philadelphia.
Piggly Wiggly in Carthage is cheering on their Leake Rebels. When you don't have time to prepare food, they do. Give them a call and let the bakery and deli fix you up with delicious tailgate trays so you can hit the road with lots of goodies. Piggly Wiggly appreciates their hometown and wishes all players and cheerleaders a safe and successful season. If you can't make the game, Piggly Wiggly in Carthage. Go!
Boswell Media Sports.
Final segment of tonight's Piggly Wiggly of Carthage postgame show as Leake Academy falls to Copiah in the MAIS 5A semifinals. 30 Colonels will